Hey, g'day, boys. G'day, viewers. G'day, listeners. You could have pumped that up a little bit, mate. It's preliminary final day.
Yeah, it's not the big dance yet.
Well, no, we'll get better next week. But look, welcome, everybody. And I tell you what, I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be a real great game. But I do want to say something, right? There's a bloke lying in hospital listening, and he's one of the most loved blokes ever in the GDFNL. And I mean ever. I love him, and I hope you get better, Scruncher. You're a fair dinkum world champion, mate. And I know you're not feeling well. I know you're in hospital, but geez, I hope you're out. I hope you're in the way. I hope you win, and you can come to the grand final because you are a bloody beauty.
Well spoken there, Grub. And also Archie's back in the box with us again. Welcome to you, Arch.
Thank you, Smithy. Really looking forward to it today. Obviously, like all the momentum with Belpo still at the moment, and the monkey's still on the back for East Geelong. So, looking to see how it pans out. I think as a commentary team, as a media team, we've been performing pretty well recently. So I'm looking forward to see how we go today, and we can lift our game because we're only 2 games away from the end of the season. So we're going to be at our best today.
That's exactly right. We need the memorial clock too. I haven't got that on at the moment, so
you.
hang on. It's always remains in the box, so I don't take it home. And our boss is joining us this afternoon, Alex Tagani. Good to have you on board, Alex. We're going to do the first part of this with the
Belmont's full forward.
Belmont's
full forward from the kindergarten. Is that right?
Belmont Kinder's greatest ever full forward.
Belmont Kinders.
Nah, so look, just
Can you just get on with it?
to all the viewers, we got 2 teams to go. The bloke reading the last club is actually the greatest player to ever play in this league. I'm just a fill-in for Belmont. We're going to start straight into the
I hope
back
the
line.
Stuka's listening.
So, Belmont's greatest side from the year 2000 to the current season, which of course ended on Sunday for them. Full back line, back pocket, Daniel Bannister, best and fairest winner. At full back, Luke Marnie, and back pocket, Scott Pickett. And I'll finish off the back line before your comments, boys. Alex Hahn on a flank, Bagger Edwards on another flank, and then at centre half back, who's in a midfield rotation, I've got one of the best players ever to play behind the footy in Harmy Williams. Of course, I mentioned that name, Dale, and it takes you back to that day in 2007.
Yes, no, he's one of those blokes who can lead. Did he come from? Did he spend some time at Amateurs before he came across to Belmont? Or was
He
it?
actually,
He
in the 92 Whitley medal, he finished 4th playing for Amateurs as a teenager.
Well,
And
there
then
you
he ended up winning a flag in Sunbury, a flag in the GFL with South Barwon, their first, one at Amateurs, and then one here for Belmont. So he's won a senior premiership in all 4 leagues. On that side of the map, centre line, Grubby, I reckon you used to love watching this bloke on the wing. Brad McKenzie. He came over from Winchelsea.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Yeah, very good.
Was he on the wing?
Well,
Yeah,
I put him on a wing.
He's more of a half-back flanker.
He was a half-back flanker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a real.
Matter of fact, I know Brad McKenzie pretty well, actually. I had to go to Carlton one night for a tribunal hearing, an appeal.
There you go.
Yeah. Didn't I?
I just put that 2 and 2 together.
He was a half-back flank. I don't know
I'm
why
so
you got
sorry.
him on a wing, but he was a good player.
On the other wing, he played a season and a half, interleague star and a best and fairest, and you guys are going to watch him today, and that's Dylan Whitney.
Oh, did he meet that criteria?
He did meet the criteria, played 2 seasons at the Lions.
Oh, no, okay.
And in the centre, probably their best player of the first 5 or 6 years of this century, came third in a Whitley medal to Clayton and Ricky, and that is Brad Davis. Very, very handy midfielder for Belmont Lions.
Yeah.
Good on you, Grubby. Forward line. Let's go back to the 07 grand final. You got Tom Carson on one flank. We've got Peter McVilly on another flank, and at centre half forward, we all love to watch him, Michael Lima.
Not a bad half-forward line.
Oh, he's your favourite.
Full forward line.
Who, Michael Lima?
Yeah.
He can play. I'd take him on my side if I was picking one.
Give
Don't worry
him free
about that.
beers in the pub.
I'll look after him.
Full forward line.
He gives me a couple of tip dogs on the dogs too, so it's not too bad sometimes.
Chris Canavan, another premiership hero of the club. And then you can auction off the full forward spot and the remaining forward pocket between these 2. Ben Evans, of course, a 2-time best and fairest winner, and a 3-time club leading goal kicker. Grubby's favourite, Mark Spider Brady. So there's your forward line right there.
What?
That's a big forward line.
That's a very big forward line. Let's hope we got a fit midfield. Followers.
You'd make it.
I got to head off. We got Belmont's A grade. Possibly. All right, we got Carayos to get through. So followers. The School teacher, Jeremy Moody as the ruckman, of course, a hero of the '07 Premiership. A bloke that didn't play in the Premiership, but he won 8 best and fairest before this century.
Yeah, he could
kept
play.
playing seniors till he was 45. That, of course, is Rod Doubledam, probably one of
Yeah,
the
good
greatest
play.
in club history.
Good play, yeah.
And as I said earlier, this last spot on the on ball, you could give it to Harmy Williams or you could give it to this guy, Jeff Mackey, who, of course,
That's not a name I'm familiar with.
well, Teddy, he was one of their best inside midfielders of that
What
decade.
years was he there?
We're talking about 04, 05, 06, right before that Premiership. Yeah. And the interchange, well, I've got a list of thousands, but
Try 4.
the four I settled with: Simon Holmes, a ruckman; Brodie Edge, another ruckman.
Yeah.
I thought I'd chuck in last minute Nathan Bissett, recent best and fairest winner, and Bradley Mitchell came fourth in the Whitley medal. My super sub is Ben Vardy, and lastly the players I was also considering that you guys can put in there: Braden Eddy, Jack Evans, Matt Carroll, Shane Miller, John Tate, Jamie Duggan, and 4-time leading goal kicker Julian Carr. That's
What's
it
that,
for
the
Belmont.
reserves? Is that-
Yeah, that's the
Pick
resi
the
side.
reserve side.
That's it for Belmont, but Grubby, we've got another team, and I'll let you introduce it.
All right, let's
Well done,
let's
Alex.
get rid of the dead wood.
Well done, mate.
Because remember the other couple of weeks ago, we had blokes in. We said, "Oh, we got this bloke here." Hey, today we have the legend of all legends. He hates people talking about him, but I tell you what, he's got no choice. You know, number one since I've seen him in '84. I know Jason won't be happy with this, but I think Ricky's number one that I've seen. We've done a few of them, and we welcome into the box today Ricky O'Toole.
Thanks, Grub. Thanks for having me, boys.
Who would you have rated number one? Yourself?
Oh, gee, you're a mongrel.
Well, you did have battles with Festuca. They were great battles.
Yeah, for Stooks was a gun. Clayton Trotter was a gun. Timmy
Yeah.
Gardner. There's a lot of good players. So.
Darryl Jones, don't forget Jones.
Darryl Jones, I really got him at the end of his career.
Yeah, but he might be listening.
He was a star. I seen him when I was a kid back in the Cry days when he was playing for Cry, but he was a superstar.
Righto, we're going to start this side, and there've been a couple of changes made. But anyway, the backs. Ricky Lazarick.
Yep.
What a play. I think
Great player.
he's made 2 teams now. He was in Anarchy's side.
Was he in North Geelong's as well?
Don't think so. We do have a 3-time one here later on.
Okay.
He would be my favourite player to play with, I reckon.
He was tough and
He was
hard,
just so
wasn't
unselfish.
he? Yes.
He used to feed me, so he's a gun.
Well, you'd like him then, yeah. At fullback, Danny Ruck.
Yeah, great player.
Oh.
Could play on tall or small. Very athletic. Great team man as well.
And, of course, he might have been in 2 teams. He went for years and years and years in Kingy, Matty King.
Yeah, Matty King was an underrated player, I thought. Very highly skilled, tough. Man of very few words, but class player.
That hasn't changed, I don't reckon, has it?
No. On the half-back flank, we've got our interleague captain and team of the year 2024 and 25, Toby Bennett.
Yeah, Tobe's a standout player, going very well for a guy his age, captain the interleague side and performed so well. He's really led Cry well the last few years and deserves his spot. in the
He's brought his
halfback
own
flank.
cheer
Now, I
squad.
must admit, this is the first time we've had a cheer
It is the
squad.
first time, I reckon.
Just line up for autographs, boys. We'll do it after the podcast. Centre half-back, one of my favourites, actually, Uni. Is it Jason?
Jason Hume.
Hume.
Yeah, very, very, very good player. Started playing late, played juniors, had probably 10 years off footy, come back, won 4 best and fairest, I think, at Cryo. Centre half back, centre half forward, tough, real good overhead. And, very, very good player.
Did he or one of his brother go to Thompson? Who went to Thompson?
Brad.
Brad actually played at East Geelong as well, and he also played at
That's
Cryo
right,
as well.
yeah.
He was a very good player as well, but unfortunately got suspended and
Oh, that's right.
met the
yeah.
maximum. So he was a real talented player. I think probably finished up at 25.
Okay, right. Okay. On the other half-back flank, is it Andrew Dabrowski?
Yeah.
Reggie.
Yeah, good player.
Very, very good player. His career was cut short by knee injury, but absolute superstar. Very highly skilled. He was one of the best halfback flankers I've seen in my time in the GD.
And tough, too.
Tough, yep.
The centre line. Shane Manning?
Yep.
It was his Shane, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shane Manning, absolute star. Kicked 72 goals from a wing one year. Kicked 5 in back-to-back grand finals in, I think it was 01 and I know, 2002, 2005. I think he got 5 goals in both, and actually went to Newcombe and kicked 5 in their grand final as well.
Oh, wow.
So very good player. Played Bell Park Seniors at 16.
He was. In the centre, one of the best. We've spoken about him all year. You don't have to say too much about him, but Joel Bennett.
Yeah, star. I think when he's fit, he's the best player in the league. Obviously, this year he's coming back from a horrific injury. Done really well just to get back on the paddock.
Do you reckon? You reckon he should have?
I personally probably would say no, but
Me too.
just because I think it's not an ankle injury, it's spine injury is pretty serious. But
Yeah, me too.
When do you think's the time where you put football aside and then you start thinking about later in life? Because obviously there is
When
a
you get
life
when you
after
get older
football.
later in life.
Yeah,
like-
because you don't want to risk an injury and then end up affecting you like soon after football, especially a serious injury like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think. Yeah, obviously it's Joel's call, but I think with a spine injury, probably, hopefully, he can get back to some resemblance of the player he was. But he's just done well to get on the paddock. I guess it's everyone's choice, isn't it? Like,
You're never going to stop him from playing. So I would have hoped if he just sat the year out and got fit and come back next year. But he didn't.
Yeah.
He loves the club, so that's fine.
I'd like to see him get bulk up over pre-seasons, hit the weights, don't do much running, just sit out of the square.
Yeah.
Because I reckon he'll kick 80.
Well, I reckon if we had his dad in here, he'd have the same opinions as us too. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
On the wing, Michael Bowman. I think he's also in the Anarchy side. Another good player.
Yeah, Bowie's a real lightning quick, just run and carry the ball. His kicking at times are probably not his strength, but just fierce competitive, defensive, really good player, and just elite foot speed. Like he's one of the quickest players I've ever played with.
I reckon his name would have been mentioned in Inverleigh as well, because he spent some time out there
Yeah,
too,
he
didn't
did,
he?
that's right, yep.
Yeah, when they were doing theirs, I
Did
reckon
he
they
get in
was.
that side?
No, I don't think he did. I reckon he was considered though.
Okay. On the half-forward flank, this is one of the changes that we've made. We've snuck Nevada Cornwall on the half-forward flank because he can play anywhere.
Okay, was he in the side?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
didn't
but
have him in the side?
no, he was in it, but we just moved him position-wise.
Oh, okay, yeah, Nevada he's a great player.
Oh,
He's still playing. He still played this year up in the bush. Like, he's just the absolute warrior. Like just a brilliant team man. Can't speak highly enough of Nev. Just super competitor. Yeah, and played the right way as well.
Oh, my word, he did. My word, he did. Centre half forward, one of my favourite players is Tatey. Justin Tatey's a ripper, and he's Anarchy too, I think, in their side as well.
Yeah, brilliant player. Brilliant tap ruckman. Good overhead. Good left foot. Just a walk-up start in this team.
Now, the half-forward flank, I would have had at full forward, but he's nearly my favourite player of all time, and I think he's the best of the O'Tools. Big Bad Baz!
Yeah, Baz was a gun, wasn't he? Like just the way he played. Probably didn't get the best out of himself in the sense of probably didn't do work off field.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him really knuckle down and train hard because he played a Praco out for North Shore back, I think, against Golden Square and kicked 7 one year.
Yeah.
He come back to cry, but I mean, he was a star of the GDFL. Most courageous player to play with.
Yeah, and he's the type of bloke that could have gone up to the GFL and been not just a player, a very good player, if he did the work.
Easy.
You know, his hands, his feet, is a beautiful kick.
Smart. Yeah. just
Oh, yeah. The only thing,
courageous.
too, is he'd give you one whether you deserved it or not. Don't worry about
Oh,
that.
yeah. But the good thing about Baz, he put his nose over it as well.
Oh, yeah,
so-
he'd cop him when he had to
Yeah,
cop him.
yeah.
Yeah, my word. Ryan Robertson in a forward pocket.
Yeah, Robbo, I think probably played 5 or 6 years. He won a few best and fairest at Cry as well. Really classy, small player, and really led the team in a tough time through the mid 2010s. Well, might have been later actually, late 2000, maybe 18, 19, around that time. He was a very good player.
Yeah, he went out to Inverleigh too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did win a
Via
flag.
Anarchy.
That's right, yeah. That full forward, Mick O'Toole.
No, it's actually Marco Tool.
It's Mark. Oh, Sharky.
Sharky.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say Mick's not a full forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sharky. Yeah, obviously, Sharky, super player, very good overhead match winner, very, very unselfish. Kicked 6 1/4 here against East in the final. Kicked 6 in the premiership final as 18-year-old. Very, very, very good player.
We spoke about off air Luke Luddick, and he's just sheer talent. This bloke is one of the most talented blokes I've ever seen, Mark O'Toole.
Yep, 100%.
You know, he's just so talented, and obviously he bit like Barry. He didn't quite get the best out of himself either, but he could have gone to GFL and been a superstar.
He actually played 2 years for St Mary's.
Did he?
Yeah, must have been 2000, actually about 98, 99, I think it was. He played 2 years in the seniors at St Mary's and done quite well. So, obviously didn't apply himself as well as he could have, but super talent and so
Yeah.
unselfish. Like,
Yeah.
So he's so unselfish.
The other forward pocket, is it Lee Clifford?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Lee Clifford.
Yeah, you should remember him. He kicked 12 straight against your mob one day at Galvin Park.
That's the day I wasn't there.
I chose not to remember.
Yeah, and great player, elite runner. Kicked back-to-back 50 goals for North Shore in the GFL. And yeah, he got 31 kicks in a final here against Thompson one year as well. I think with one handball. So he was a talent as well.
Ah, right. Now, in the rucks, gee, he could be, if you're talking about the best ruckman of all time in the GDFL, this bloke could be up for grabs as Mark Stewart.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I'm probably a little bit biased because I played so much footy with him, but he was just a brilliant player. Played like a rover. His ruck work was second to none, and just a brilliant person too. Just a good team. He's just fun.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, he hung around Corio playing in their first and then their seconds for a long time, and I reckon he's still playing.
he's still playing. He's playing for is it North Sunshine?
North Sunshine.
Sunshine on a Friday night because I haven't heard from him for a little bit. It was funny because I spoke to Cruz about him last night. He messaged me a little while ago. I kicked 7 last night. I thought I haven't heard from Stewie for a little bit, and he hasn't kicked a goal for 5 games.
Well, I've got a funny feeling Werribee Centrals might have knocked him out in one of the elimination finals.
Oh,
at
did they?
North, yeah. That's how I knew he was playing for North
he
Sunshine.
still loves it.
Yeah.
How old is he, Rick?
Stu would be 53.
Yeah, I remember
He's a big lad. It's
Yeah.
amazing he can still get himself around the ground.
I know.
But
I
he
know.
does.
Yeah. He
Now,
just
one of
loves
the
it.
other positional changes we've made is the ruck rover. And, of course, you didn't put yourself in, which is just sacrilege. That we put you as ruck rover because we didn't want to take Joel Bennett out of the middle.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take this next bloke out because he's one of my favourite players of all time. But Ricky O'Toole is ruck rover.
Thanks,
Don't
mate.
play. What about yourself?
Oh,
You're a
Mate,
hand.
I'll tell you
I
one
used to
thing.
love playing against
You
Werribee.
were always happy. You were always happy when Ricky got the ball back beyond centre. If he got it forward of centre, you were in big trouble.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I remember, what year would that have been? The 2004, when you were standing on one leg out here in the preliminary. I thought, well, we don't have to worry about this bloke next week. But you came out, we were lucky enough, we kept you to about 46 touches for the day, and we drew.
Yeah, we drew, yeah.
But you were that buggered, you only got 44 the next week, and we were able to beat you
No, he's,
in the
that,
replay.
That team, I think that 2004 team of Werribee, I'd almost argue that'd be almost the best side ever in the last 30 years in the GD.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Very good side.
Yeah, and it was and a bit of a come on from the 99, 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
You know, there's still a lot of players playing there.
Yeah.
You know, Gillo's coaching next week in the grand final too for Werribee.
He was a great
Districts.
player. Good man, Gillo.
Yeah, good man. Now, the Rover. Geez, I love this bloke. He was a dead set superstar, Johnny Cousins.
Yeah.
How good is Johnny Cousins?
He was so hard. Like just the way he hit the packs at pace, good skills. Once again, just a guy you wanted to play. He made the team grow tall. Superstar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Premiership captain. Very, very good player.
What's that? We're running out of time. I don't care.
No, we've got plenty of time.
A mate of mine was president of Forest, and he rang me and he said, we got some money. We want to get a couple of players. And I said, oh, yeah. And I think one of the young kids playing there, his dad, I forget his name now, one of the kids that have come back. Leroy Savanka.
Oh, yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, give him a bit. He can play a bit. And someone else I don't remember, yeah, give him. He said, a bloke named John Cousins. So I said, throw the kitchen sink at him. They did, and he went down there and was a superstar down there too.
Yeah, he's a good man, Cuz. He still hangs around the club a fair bit too, so.
Now the interchange. We've got a few on it. We've got Stevie Rickett, who is the only bloke to make 3 sides.
There you go.
Yeah, probably, very, played him as a 17-year-old, a centre-half back, I think, in the 05 grand final. And he's probably in our best 2-3 players. Very good player. Went on to be Daniki to be a great player, and also went on and played North Geelong to be a great player. Just a wonderful player. Just a standout at centre-half back, centre-half forward.
And a wonderful bloke. He's second best player to Lukey Parker at North Geelong. He used to hate that. Ricky Bigham. Good player, Ricky.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah. He's young blokes back there too, which is great.
Yeah, he's twins there.
Both of them.
Jalen and Isaiah are playing, which is really good. Rick's vice president, and he tells me he's Eddie Maguire-like in his role. So
Okay.
great player, underrated, tough, very highly skilled, and just a great player to play with.
Yeah. Matty James, we all know about it. Did Matty James leave halfway through the season?
Not that I'm aware of. I honestly don't. I know he stopped playing halfway through the season, so there may be some truth to that. I'm not 100% sure, but Obviously, Whitley medalist, and just grunts, just the way he plays. Tough.
Matter of fact, I think it's dual Whitley medalist, isn't it?
Yeah, he
No,
won
he
one
is.
at Bannock,
Yeah,
or Belpost.
Belpost,
He definitely
Belpost,
did, yeah.
definitely a dual.
Yep.
How many did you win? 2?
Just 2, yeah.
How many did Festuga win?
I think he might have won 3, didn't
He
he?
did.
Yeah.
You reckon I didn't know the answer to that? One of them you almost forgot, you blokes. Jed Potter.
Well, do you know what? I spoke to Shane Manning last night, and I flicked him the side. I said, "Oh, have I forgotten?" He said, "Jed Potter." I've gone, I can't believe I missed him.
Yeah.
He was the most skillful player that I played with him in 25 years.
you
In that 25 years, like so good below his knees, so good overhead, elite runner, but once again probably didn't apply himself as well as he could have.
Yeah.
He could have went further. But,
Okay. Well, I knew he was on. When they said you nearly left him out, wow,
yeah, I made sure.
that's
Yeah.
pretty hard, though. M. McNamara. Which McNamara?
Matty
is that?
McNamara,
Matty.
yeah, interleague captain, played fullback. You know, it was a toss-up between him and Danny. Played undersized. Once again, not highly skilled, but just effort, courageous, tough. Had some really good battles with Heathy Buck and back in the day, and yeah, it's just a great player.
The one I have left out, which you actually had him in the starting eight, I'm not quite sure how long he played there, but one of the great players in Geelong's history, really, is Billy Nichols.
Billy would have played at least 3 or 4 seasons at Corai. He played 2 with me, and then he played a couple of years, I think, when McNamara, when Mark McDowell might have coached. He
Yes,
definitely played
yes.
3 years.
Yep.
Brett, Billy speaks for himself, doesn't he? Like,
Well, I reckon he might have played in the North Shore Grand Final when he was about 8.
yeah, I think
14 anyway.
I think that probably a lot of people who don't know Billy, the way the standards he drives at training.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a guy who just commands respect and drives standards of training. We all know how good a player he was, but
He's still
just
doing it now, though, doesn't he? Like, he's still involved in keeping younger blokes fit. And
yeah, well, obviously I was tight with him. I remember when he was at Hawthorn, he they had to tell him to back off training because, like, I think he was running second to Crawford in the runs, but didn't go home and go for a 7 or 8K run after doing 10K at training. Like, his commitment to training, I've never ever seen. I see he's on a path to running a marathon. He'll do it easy. Just his mindset, unbelievable.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he also goes down to Dave Hegarty's gym and helps out the boxers, the Victor. What's his name? Victor Sagabi won the Australian title, and then I was down there, this bloke's hitting Billy's glove, and I thought, geez, this bloke could kill you, but he does a lot of fitness work with them too, so
Yeah,
he just loves his fitness, doesn't
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be hit by him because he throws them all right, Bill.
Oh,
So.
and a wonderful, wonderful man. Mate, we've come to the end of this, what I think's one of the better teams that we've read out right from the start. It's a ripping team, and also going to be captain coached by you, I suppose. No. Look, thanks for coming in, mate. It was a real pleasure.
It's good to catch up with you, boys.
It's fantastic. And as I say, wonderful, wonderful sign.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
good on you, Rick. We appreciate your sign, mate, for coming in here this afternoon. And as I said, we might take a short break now before we go back. The cheers slot's just going berserk down here. I think there's about 50
Come on,
of them
boys,
now.
give us a few
There was
cheers,
20,
come
but
on.
that's grown in numbers. There it is. So as I said, we will go back to the studio. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back, as we said, preliminary final day here this afternoon. East Geelong, who have been sitting atop of the ladder for most of the season at different times, well, not for shared the top of the ladder at different times during the course of the season. They lost their first final. Unfortunately, they now have another opportunity to resurrect that and find themselves, or get themselves back into a grand final. But Belpost Hill, I can tell you, won't be making life easy for them out there this afternoon. It looks like both sides have made just the one change going into this game. I think pretty importantly that Benny Melville comes back into that side just to become that second ruckman, which he's done so well during the course of the year. Unfortunately for them, Jude Payne's out. I'm not too sure whether that was
That's
injury.
not admitted, is it?
Hey?
That's not admitted, is it?
I'm not too sure. I don't know whether there's an injury there or whether they've had to, obviously, to bring him in, they've had to do the same thing.
He's a pretty good player, Jude Payne.
And the other one, obviously, coming in is Timmy Barton. The bionic man's back in the side after a week off with a shattered finger. He's back in. And as we thought, Daniel Bannister, he struggled through the game last week, but the bloke he's playing on was probably equally as injured. So
he did awesome, though. Let's give him credit where credit's due.
Well, he did, but now he's out this week.
The game, yeah.
If they win, what's his chances of playing next week? If he didn't play last week, the chances would be better, wouldn't they?
But he's probably right there, Grub. But he's had a history of it over the course of the year, so he may not have even been considered. But as I said, we spoke to Ash before the game.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
but before, and he did say we took the risk, knowing that obviously that Evans wasn't as 100% as well. So it probably suited both those big fellas just to mope around the goal square, and that's probably what they did for most of the day. But we've got a different game here this afternoon. And as I said, we're hoping for East Geelong's sake that they can change their fortunes because, as I said, they've been here before and unfortunately have really struggled in recent years to get the job done. Grub, I suppose, as I said, we don't want to speak that it's going to be the little demons in their heads. Obviously, every game you go out to and play is going to be a new game. But if you see Belpost still come out kicking with a breeze and kick the first three, is it going to then start to become a little bit of an issue?
That's my only worry. I still haven't got an issue too much with this hoodoo stuff. They go out, they play their footy, and, they've been beaten. That's fine. But I just worry if they have to start well. If they get behind early, like you said, the win's not so much. If Belpost will kick with the win and kick 3 or 4, I still think that they'll be right. But when they have the win, if Belpost will kick a couple more and they don't kick enough, then there could be voices saying, what's going on with us? What's happening here? You would hope not. I reckon they've been schooled in it all week. I reckon Ned will be telling them, just go out and win the game. But I would like to see them start really, really well. Otherwise, we're all human. The voices could be speaking to them.
A couple of boys during the week had to go to the tribunal, which was good to see that they were both given reprimands and made themselves available here this afternoon. So that's a positive for both sides.
Well, so they should really. I run into Nachos, and this wasn't a report.
Yep.
Right. He paid the down the ground free kick, and then he decided I didn't quite see the contact. Could you please have a look at it? That's all he wrote in the report. They had that. He asked me on Sunday, and I said I think you'll get off. Because it was rough and that, but footy's a rough game.
And what was the other one?
Well, I'm not finished this one yet. So, but in the end, I thought the right decision was made. Now he's thrown me. Now, what was the other one?
Well, it was Jones.
Yeah, Jones.
Was it one down here?
That one really surprised me because he was actually reported for kicking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
just... Was it a push to get him off him, or was it as you said, I didn't see
he's been reported for kicking.
Yeah. I remember you said it straight away as well. You saw the leg come out, but yeah, as you said, he could have been bracing that leg to try and get him off.
Well, then he's not guilty of kicking.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he's found guilty of kicking, you should get minimum 6 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't a leg swing. It was more like, as I said, it was more on the ground pushing off.
You're not getting me point.
Hey?
You're not getting the point. The point is he's been reported for kicking.
Yeah. And it was found
not guilty or guilty.
He's
been found guilty and given a reprimand. I can't understand where that happens. If he's found guilty of kicking, then he should get 6 weeks. If he's not found guilty of kicking because he did what you said he did, then it's not guilty.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's playing. That's the main thing.
That's the main
and I
thing
think Belmont dobbed in Cozzy too for something that he might have done. But that was a reprimand as well. I would love clubs to say, all right, let's ask for an investigation if somebody's hurt.
Yep.
But obviously it wasn't too many. He wasn't hurt because it was a reprimand. So, I'm not quite sure where that come about. But anyway, he's available to play as well.
All right, and we'll. Just before we go any further, I just wanted to mention, obviously, congratulations to Jack Yates on the winning of the Whitley medal on Wednesday night. Hey,
what's he done? Oh, he win the Whitley.
Yeah. The interview with yourself was pretty good too, Grub, they tell me. So I haven't actually had a list to it yet.
I
But
think he was very happy.
Yeah, because you said it was a surprise to me. It was a surprise to you.
Well, wasn't it?
Straight away.
what was your answer?
No, that's
No,
what I asked
that
him.
wasn't his
Oh,
question.
And he said, "Oh, thanks,
Was
Rob."
it? Yeah, exactly.
But it was a surprise, and that's not
Look,
saying that
he would be the
should've won it.
first to admit
It's not
that.
saying he's not
Yeah.
deserving.
He
it's
would be
just,
the first
Of
to
course
admit
he's
that.
deserving. There's no doubt about that. It was just a bit of a surprise. And mainly, I covered myself by saying, well, I thought the winner might come from Belpost Hill in Dillon. And I thought, what about Cubby? He didn't poll hardly any. Oh, he never.
Didn't poll a vote.
No, that's unbelievable to me, not polling a vote. But that's the way umpires see it. It's very hard, I suppose, if you're playing behind the ball, because it's pretty much an on-ballers award these days in all types of football. But, Jack Yates, mate, you were fantastic. He was in the team of the year. I thought he was a bit stiff not to be captain. But Luke Dalhouse has done a great job at Anarchy, and he just thoroughly deserves the captaincy. But, as I say, Jack Yates, just well done. Also well done to Andrew Bosley. He won the Wayne Tyquin medal, and he also finished equal second in the Whitley medal. And to Mick Culliver from Werribee Centrals, he finished equal second. A great year and it was a great year held by all the vote counters. But, congratulations, especially to Yater and all the other blokes as well.
So did you ask Jack Yates any questions about, was it because he spoke nicely to the umpires, or because when he knocked an opposition player up, he went over, picked him up and said, "You're all right, mate," or was it just because he's a great leader of the football club?
No, I just told him he was ineligible because he missed the first couple of weeks through suspension. He nearly fell off his chair. He goes, "Well," I said, "Oh, well, you're right, mate. It happened the year before." But he did miss the first, one or two?
Yeah, first two.
Missed the first two from suspension.
So is that the same how it works in the AFL?
I don't know. I think if
I
they
think you've got to be suspended. Well, I don't know whether it's a new suspension in that year. I don't think if something drags over from the previous year, that's got to be taken out of the equation.
Tell you what, if it was up to me, I'd be taking it off and giving it to Mick Culliver. I don't know where he played. Where did he play?
So
He's Werribee Centrals. That's right.
I don't think so.
So just quickly as well, we all had a 1, 2, 3 prediction, and we all got one right out of the three. So Grubby, you got Culliver. Smithy, you got Bosley, and I also had Bosley. So we only had one out of the three.
I don't think we picked the 1, 2, 3.
No, we
just picked the best.
1, 2, and then a smoky. It was meant to be.
Yeah, we just picked the best out of each club, which we got Bosley. But we didn't get Yates. And to me...
No, we did a 1, 2, 3 at the end of last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember doing that.
That's right. I've got some information written down. Actually, I flicked through and was interested to see just how we compared to the umpires during the course of the year. There were some games where we were way off the mark, or they were way off the mark. I'm not too sure. We won't go into that. But there was one day there. I think we actually got the three of them. So I reckon that was probably the best one for us for the whole season. Now I've just dropped the lid off my pen now, so I don't know what's going on there. Right, let's get back to today's game. As I said, this is not too far away from starting here this afternoon. We've seen both these sides play during the course of the season, and again, Belpost Hill, I think during the course of the season, were beaten both times by East Geelong, which is something that in recent years has not been the norm, because they come together, and Belpost Hill have been a little bit of a bogey side for East Geelong over the last 4 or 5 years, Grub. They've always, doesn't matter if they've been undermanned or what, they've always gone out and performed very well against them. And again, as I said, that might be something that they were also thinking about in there this afternoon, East Geelong.
I think East Geelong beat them this year, though, didn't they?
East Geelong beat them both times.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing you worry about right at this point of time, what happened this year. Although your first time you meet them is that long ago that it doesn't really matter. You don't know with the sides, you don't know the weather conditions. I think just get out there and play your own game. But I do want to have one more congratulations, who you left out, and I'm pretty disappointed you left them out. Congratulations to Molly Gribble for winning the Margaret Webb medal.
Definitely great shout out there, Grub.
You don't like netball much, do you? Why wouldn't you?
I didn't. Hang on.
With the GDFNL.
Hang on.
I've got two girls that play netball. I don't mind netball.
Well, why didn't you mention Molly Gribble?
Because I couldn't. I
Grubby,
was more concentrating.
He's gone.
Yeah, I was more concentrating on the football, to be honest.
You know this is GDFNL, don't you?
GDFNL. Grubby, just on that, you mentioned they've played each other twice during the season. You don't read much into the first game. Do you read much into the round 16 game?
You can read a bit more.
So that in that game, it was 10-9, 69 to 13-14, 92. East Geelong won at Myers Reserve.
That you have to probably have a look at that, but I would still like to see the sides that ran out that day. You know, one side might have had 3 or 4 missing and one not. I just have to do. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Can we get a shot of that?
Yeah, no, cut it out, Trout, will you?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Looks like he's been playing up the night before, and I don't know what he's been doing with his lips, but Jesus. Good on you, Worm.
no.
That is nice, mate. I'll tell you what, that's going to take pride and place in the household, mate. That'll be at the front door, so everyone, as they're coming in, can see that.
I'm going to have to take the calendar down from the dunny. You didn't get that, did you? I don't even know what I was saying there.
That's a ripper. He's done a very good job,
I'll
Grub.
tell you what.
That is a very good job.
Yeah, but I don't look very happy.
That's what I said. You look like you've
Where
been,
he must have lost.
you've been on the night out, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's the
Couldn't you
morning
put a
after.
smile on my face? He's even put the glasses on.
Yeah, no, on the scone. He's missing one minor thing, though.
What's that?
Where's the dart?
Oh, well, yeah. If I have a look at this, not quite sure he's got enough chins, but Trout, you're a magic man, son. It's a great effort. I've seen some of his work, and he's a great man. Good on you, mate. For
Right,
embarrassing me.
I've lost track of where
Just
we're talking
on, I'll
about.
pick you back up.
Right,
Sneaky.
mate, that's
Just back on. So obviously the one change for East Geelong, we talked about Mulville coming in. He played ruck earlier in the year when Sobey wasn't playing. So do you see that helping East Geelong a bit now, giving him a chop out against obviously Merrick, who's a very good ruckman for Belpost Hill?
Well, it does, because it allows Caleb Ezard to stay more as a permanent forward.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not too sure. To be honest, I don't mind Caleb Ezard going into the ruck, because if he's not playing that well, it then allows him to get himself into the game. So I don't think that, or having that option there, is a bad thing for him. But Benny Melville has been a much better on-baller than he has been. So they were not going to lose a great deal, because obviously when Liam Merrick comes out of their side now, again, I think last week it was Lockie Wilson that did a little bit of ruck work. So again, Mulville against that type of player balances things out for them.
Mulville's a genuine midfielder as well. He can play as
Very versatile. Play down back
very
as well.
Versatile. So
Yeah.
they're going to have the beneficiary there, and he's not going to be the type of ruck when he goes in there to drop behind the ball. He's going to play as a genuine on-baller. So that's going to be very good to see today.
Yeah, he's come back from injury.
And how long's he been out for?
Not too long. He's in and out. But what I'm getting at is, as soon as he's available, he's picked. So then you've got to rearrange who's not getting picked. But Benny Mulville was picked. They need him in that side. And who came? Jude Payton. I don't know whether Jude Payton was dropped or injured. I don't know. But Benny Mulville had to come into that side fully fit, and they've done that.
Definitely, and just looking at their team as well, I know Ben Crombie last week. I would have, if I was Ulsbrook, I would have put him in the middle. I know they did it very late in the game, but I would have done it about 3 in the third quarter, just to get him up around the ball, get his hands on it. He's a very dangerous player, no matter where he plays, and I feel like when you need to win the ball around the contest, he would have been the perfect player to go in there.
I was told, and now I'm not saying by who, and I don't know how true it is, but I was told that because he's trained at Geelong, they wanted him to have limited time here, limited time there, even at training, the whole lot, under their structure. Now, I don't know how true that is, but if I'm Ned, I'd be saying to Geelong, jam it.
Yeah.
We're in the finals, and I'll play him on the ball as long as I can play him on the ball.
Absolutely.
When he's had a rest, when he needs a rest, I'll bring him off like everybody else does and put him back on the ball. Surely that's not right, but if it is, you don't want to, undermine the kid from maybe playing at Geelong. But once you get into these finals, you got to play your best team where you need to play them. And Benny Crombie is in the middle.
That's all right when the seasons are still going, currently still
Exactly.
going. But when he's here and he's playing for his home club or junior club or whatever.
In a final.
You put your best players where you need them to be, and that's around the ball. And he was one bloke, as I said, that maybe that little bit of extra burst from the middle of the ground may have just been able to spark something. And probably surprisingly, it wasn't tried somewhat earlier, because we had a few messages come through your phone, Grub, suggesting.
Well, we did, but maybe that's the answer to it. Maybe what I've been told is true.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's complete.
I agree with you, Grub. I'd be telling whoever's giving him the instructions to go forth and multiply, because I'm going to get my better players in around the contest where I think I need them.
He did it last week, but it wasn't sudden death. All right, he's got no choice today. They lose today, it's mothball. 6 finals in a row, out, finished. Straight sets again, right? So he has to play his team the way he wants to play it. And as I said, Benny Crombie's got to play on the ball for as long as he can. And if he doesn't play on the ball for week after week after week as much, do you lose something? Do you just lose that little bit, or what? If you're not doing what you need to do every week, I think you do.
Yeah, the big question I suppose now for me is you've got Zach Smith down forward, you've got Andrew Steele down forward, you've got Caleb Ezard down forward, and the back line probably now with Bannister out, maybe a little bit stretched. Do you now just say, right, we won the game last week with the forwards we had. Timmy Barton, does he go back and play a defensive role today, or does he go forward?
I think Timmy Barton does whatever his fingers are going to allow.
Yep.
Really, I don't know. Maybe forward. Although back you can punch, forward you have to mark. I don't know, and I don't know how well the thing. It'll be taped up properly, but the damage that he did, most people probably wouldn't be playing.
Do you think he's going against the doctor's advice?
I've got no doubt he is, but he's done that on many occasions, so that's not the problem. But I got another thing. Steele, you talk about then forward. He hasn't dominated since he's been here, right? But we've just noticed in the last, 8 weeks, of the unbelievable amount of pace he's got for a big bloke. But the game plan they've got for him is to kick it in the air and mark it. I think they need a game plan to use his pace.
Well, this is the perfect round to do that.
It is, but I'll tell you what, I've got another game plan. Against the wind, I'm playing Steele on the back line.
Yep.
And getting him to run. Because obviously when he plays on the back end, he'll be on a big bloke, and they'll never catch him. So maybe they could try that. But I think they've got to try something different because it's obvious these things haven't worked over the last few years.
I mean, you look at that forward line, you got Lemper, Steele, Ezard, and Smith. That's a pretty strong forward line to look at. And looking at
Is it top heavy?
Well, we're soon going to find out because we can know that
Osbrook walking down there as well.
We've done the first bit, right?
East Geelong have won the toss.
That's it. They've done the first bit.
They're going to
right.
have the first use of this breeze. And Benny
Crombie is in the middle.
Thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much. So
And
that's another positive thing for them. So
The other thing I will say, if they don't use the wind and they're down at quarter time, then your voices might be talking, Smithy.
yeah, no, as I said, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm going to wait 15 minutes in before I make a call. So here we go for the preliminary final for 2025 underway. Ball from Sobey comes out, goes to McIntyre. No clean possession into the hands now of Whitney of Bellpost Hill. Drives the ball into their half-forward line. Ball bounces over the top. Mulville comes over the top. Tries to keep the ball alive around the boundary line. McLean it is that will see the ball over, and that's what's going to happen pretty much where the scoreboard is at St Albans. And the first ball in will take place. So it looks like Yates is going to McIntyre. Merrick and Sobey doing the ruck work. Ball from Merrick comes down, picked up by Godwin, got the handball away, comes back outside, now in the hands of Bryans of Bellpost still into the forward line. Oh, nearly a mark taken down there, was put down by Wilson. They go after it again. Beards will run and emerges, tarries now and runs through the middle of the ground. He chips to the half-forward line. Ezard up on a strong lead, doesn't take clean possession. Basically was there. He couldn't pick it up either. Ball now tapped back through the legs. Lemper did that nicely. Runs inside. Looks at goal. And he is offline through for a minor score. East Geelong are on the board. That's a minor score. And with that has taken just over 1 minute. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
That's the thing you got to do with a win. To me, that's a nice, easily, thank you very much goal. You can't miss those.
So, going to find a short target. It's Flacavento. He's going to kick towards in front of us. Although Beardsall comes across, cuts the ball off, gets the 1-2 with Beardsall. And then get the handball inside. McIntyre now. He's going to go back to Beardsall. Beardsall throws it on the boot. Pivot up and under. Smith's got to go back. Flacavento's got prime position. That should be front on contact. Maybe didn't. And the ball was going to go out of bounds. So the ball in 15 metres out from the East Geelong goal. And they've got the momentum early, very early in the piece. We've gone nearly 2 minutes. So, boundary umpire has ball in hand. Has it back in. Ruckman Mulville in the ruck for the time being. Comes out to Whitney, paddling the ball, and it's going to end up over the boundary line again. The ball in 15 metres out.
You win a Whitley medal by getting the footy. I'm not quite sure tagging's the right thing for Yatesy. If you can win one getting the footy, let him get the footy maybe. It's just an idea.
So, ball back in. Mulville wins that tap, trying to get down to Beards. Good quad. Here's an opportunity for Olsbrook, the coach. Handball over the top to McIntyre. Gives it to Beards, who's got busy early, and the umpire says it's gone over the boundary line. Just on your point there, Grub. McIntyre has had over 30 disposals every time they've played this year.
And how much has he hurt them? That's what you got to ask. I'm not saying he hasn't, but that's what you got to
I
ask.
think you've got to look for Tommy Bryans would have been a better, but he's got
Yes.
a run with roll on the Crombie at the moment. So
Ball back in, came down to Lemper, I think it was, and we'll have another stoppage 30 metres out. So early in the piece, East Geelong with a solitary behind. We've got 3 minutes brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
Surely you'd change that when you have the breeze, wouldn't you?
yeah, both sides are now just having a bit of feel out. There's an interference there, and it's going to
It's going east.
East Geelong.
That's
Not too sure whether I saw that decision there from the umpire, but it's Benny Mulville back on the side. I think he said that the last time he played was against Belpost Hill, the last time
Round
they met.
16.
So Benny Mulville, we've got a good look at from where we sit here. Kicks that goal, and he hasn't given it enough because that is offline, and another miss there. So they haven't started as they wanted to. It's gone 3.5 minutes, and the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard reads East Geelong 2 behind Belpost Hill are yet to score, and Basely will do the kicking in
remembering
again.
last time Belfast still had the win, they kicked 8-2.
Yes, they kicked out long now, goes outside towards Jones, low from behind, brings the ball to ground. Bryans brings it towards the boundary line, also out there is Fanning. He takes it over, and there's going to be another ball in which will take place. So we're just waiting for the ball to come back in now.
And while we're waiting to do that, I've just got a feeling that Sammy Lowe might be playing his 100th game today. So congratulations. 99 good ones.
He seems to be around a lot longer than that, hasn't he? So ball now from that ruck contest, taken out of there by Merrick. Goes outside to Low. Umpire's called play on an advantage. Ball comes back inside the 50 now. Basically a little push in the back, but got away with that one. Into the hands now. McNamara clears the area, goes out towards centre wing. Again, contest out there. Ball gets out the back. Norman just needed a favourable bounce, didn't get it. Low into a pack, tackled and
Ball
brought
up.
down. Ball up, says the umpire. Good decision. Far side of the ground, centre wing.
2018 he came to the club, so it's taken him a while to get the 100 games.
He's had quite a few injuries, Sammy.
Didn't he have was it an arm injury or something last year, the year before? Ball, doesn't matter. Ball thrown up. Merrick again brings the ball back inside. Inside it goes now. Lemper drives it forward. Osbrook comes out,
That's a
doesn't
free.
take the mark. Ball gets through the contest. Hamble straight into the hands of Bearsall. Here's an opportunity. Runs that goal, and that is a better finish. Jack Bearsall, he's put East Geelong on the board. They are 1-2. Belpost still yet to score. 5 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
He started off the game on absolute fine fashion, Beardson, coming off the back line, and he's actually stayed around. I'm not 100% sure about these run-with rolls. I just reckon you can beat them one-on-one and go for the own ball. If I had somebody right at the minute, I'd be making sure that Beardsall couldn't run down the ground like that and couldn't stay on his own and couldn't kick goals like that, because I reckon he's more of a danger than the other two blokes, because he'll hurt you. And the other two fellas don't hurt you as much. They get a lot of touches, but he can really hurt you.
So we are back in the middle. Ball is up. Sobey and Merrick. Ball comes out wide now. East Geelong going to go inside the forward 50. Bounces now. Steele coming through. Gathers it well. Now Beardsall. He's been on fire early. He's kicked one. Kicked behind. Couldn't quite trap that ball. Comes out. Might have been Jones. Oh, it was beautifully done from here's Smith. Snap. Back. Goal. 2-2-14. They've started red on in a no-score Belpost Hill. We have gone 6 minutes in the first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment Centre.
I said last week when Zach Smith had his first shot, then his second shot, then his third shot, then his fourth shot. He needs to kick a goal to get his confidence. He didn't kick him, and he didn't get the confidence. I tell you what, a goal like that on the run for Zach Smith, that will get his confidence up. And again, I think if you watch Beardsall, I reckon he's playing on a wing.
Yeah, he's been doing that for most of the year now.
Yeah, so there's got to be someone to stop his run. But I tell you what, don't forget about these blokes. Steele was in there doing some hard work, and Zach Smith kicked an absolute pearler.
Good thing there. Smith didn't have time to think about that goal. He just put the ball now from that contest, comes outside, tackle laid by Bryans, and that was on Crombie, I think, out the far side.
And Grubby,
was
the
it? Was
wind,
Ollis?
is it down today compared to last week?
It is, but it's still a nice breeze. All the goals today have been kicked that end.
So ball thrown up once again. Sobey now fends off and puts the ball into his attacking end of the ground. Picked up there, Mulville. That's Ben outside of Low on the bet boot, going into the forward line. Overcooked it, and mark taken by Basely. He looks inside, not going to use Yates on this occasion. He's going to go back to the boundary line, picked up by Jones, doesn't waste any time. Picks up and runs and goes long, back towards centre wing. In front, Timmy Barton's there. Doesn't take the mark, but he goes back after it. Puts boot the ball, but it's cleaned up. Kicked away there by Brian Henderson, I think it was, back towards their half-forward line. the ball will run over the boundary line and there will be a throw-in taking place.
See, that's the sort of thing East Geelong got to do too. You can't let a bloke just run around you, gain an extra 5-10 metres and kick it to where he wants it. You've got to make him have a set kick. You cannot let him run around you like that.
So another ball will take place just outside forward 50. Again, Mulville doing the ruck work. Ball comes out from that contest, goes back towards Jones. Runs the ball, going the wrong way. He's got some support there with Yates. He picks the ball up. He's tackled. Ball comes out, goes back towards the boundary line, and it will be McIntyre who takes it over. And we'll hand it back to the umpire. A similar situation with a throw in the same place as before. So East Geelong have predominantly done most of the attacking here in their forward half. It's thrown back in once again. Mulville did that nicely. Out the back he goes. Picked up by Ollis this time. Long goes back into their forward line. In front, ball from behind was good by McNamara. Cleared the area. Went outside to Osbrook. He put his hands back towards McIntyre. Chips to the pocket. Thought that went the right distance. Umpire didn't think it did. And tackle has been laid. Ball up will take place.
I think he hit the deck.
It might have been a half volley from what I saw, but it's a
Okay.
long way away from me.
Yeah, no. I thought it was clean, but that's okay. Umpire's sitting right on it.
Your eyes are older than mine by a fair bit.
Yeah. The ball thrown back in. Again, comes through the contest. Again, it's going to be kicked off the ground. Churcop did gain some valuable ground. Harmer went after it. He was pushing the back. He's going to get a free kick. It was either a hold or a free kick, so it's going to go to Sammy Harmer. Half back line for the Belpo Still side. He transfers play out towards Churcop. A little bit too much on it again. Put him under pressure. He's good enough to get the handball back to Yates on the right boot. He now kicks, went very high, back towards centre wing. Under it was Fanning. He didn't take the mark. Also there was Casey. Picked up Churcop, round the body, back to their half-forward line. Jones leads in the race for the ball. That's Felix, and the ball's gone back over the boundary line. Another throw-in to take place. 9.5 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard. It is East Geelong 2-2. Belpost Hill yet to score.
Thought that was very strange in the forward 50 fortune that neither ruckman contested. Ball just hit the deck.
Yeah, it happens a bit.
So, far side of the ground, boundary road side now. Ball is back in the ruck for the time being is Sobey, and then a good tackle coming through. It might have been Ollis, it was, going in and under to gather the ball. It's going to come out to Belpost Hill, though. Going forward it was kicked through by Churcop, and now the ball is going to be cut off. Dangerous place, Godwin. Handball, here's an opportunity. A handball over the top now. Was it holding? Umpire says play on. So East Geelong going to defend gallantly now. Handball from Lowe was crafty, and then a great rundown tackle.
It's got to be holding the ball, doesn't it?
So they're going to go inside, forward 50 here. Belpost still for the first time today. D, Pentry, one-on-one, good fist. They look like they've got the numbers here, and then good tackle laid. The umpire's going to say, no prior opportunity, give it to me. So I'll have it. Ball up 10 metres out from the Belpost Hill goal. Their first real opportunity today.
You're always a chance when they tackle you over the boundary line. Usually the boundary line wins out.
So, ball back in now. And Yates stalking the pack, couldn't quite get to the front. Now coming through for East Geelong was Dixon. He's happy to see the ball over the goal line. So it's the first score for Belpost Hill today. 2-2-14 East Geelong to one solitary behind for Belpost Hill. We've got 11 minutes. We're going to move the ball quickly. It's going to come back inside forward 50. An opportunity here. Good fist coming over the top from East Geelong. And then the kick wasn't well placed for Olsbrook, and it's taken by Basley. So he has the ball near the centre of the ground. He's going to move it out to the flank, and then inside 450. This is the kick, and it's a great kick. Finds his teammate in Godwin. So Dylan Godwin, the first set shot for Belpost Hill today. He's just on the 50 arc. You have to kick it 55 metres.
Big kick going back that way, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure you can get that distance, but you never know.
So
left-hand post at least.
Just the steadier they need here, Belpost Hill. Looks pretty good off the boot. There's a whistle, and it might be... It's not going to be 50 metres, is it?
Oh, it's going back.
It might be reversed. It's against Costello, so...
Well, it's got to come back here from where he kicked it.
That's what it is.
Disciplinary from Belpost Hill. It's going to come to Ollis, so we didn't see what happened. high contact it was against Costello. So they're going to chip the ball around and then go out the outer side of the ground, scoreboard side of the ground, goes over the top of Lemper's head. Running backs for Shuren. He does really well. Handball over the top. They've got numbers here. They can link up. Now it ends up with Felix Jones. He looks down, but it laces out the East Geelong defender in Fanning. So he's going to move the ball. It's not a good kick going back. Goes over the top. Ends up with Vicenten and then up and under kick. Can't quite get there with Ezard. The ball bounces though. Opportunity for Olsbrook first Basley. Basley just burns him off. Then handball over the top. That was a little bit too easy. McNamara ended up with the ball and then it comes out. Opportunity now. Olsbrook does really well. Steele lowers his eyes. Looking for Smith. Can he take the mark? No, he drops it. Still an opportunity for Smith. His opponent does really well. Smith battles hard and sees the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 2-2-14 to 1 behind Belpost. We've gone 13 and a half minutes of the first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
Geez, there's not a lot of bandaging on the hand of Timmy Barton there after that injury.
It's just like when you put it out, it's just strapped up the two of them. So it's obviously feeling pretty good. Ball thrown back in. Ball comes out to Bryans. Belpost still kicks the ball back to their wards, or trying to get towards centre wing, but doesn't get that far. And it's gone over the boundary line in front of Casey. And a throw in again, far side of the ground. Sobey still in there doing the work, as is Merrick, and they've been at it now for some 13 minutes in this quarter. They'll have to take a break sooner or later, but Sobey now, Blackman didn't get to the contest again. That's nice quick work there by Crombie, out towards low now. East Geelong, they go back in forward, Steele in front, didn't finish the mark off. Yates, little chip out the back, that works okay. Handball goes back towards the boundary line. His numbers are out there with East Geelong. Tackle on Mulville, brings him to ground with ball. Umpire will ask for it back again. A ball up this time, still outside 50. Sobey does well, brings it out the back. Belpost still had players there, and there's a free kick being given. It's going to go to Jones, and this is Zane.
It was just off the ball, I think.
So Zane Jones now chips the ball wide, went looking for Merrick, and he marks. He made the big fella work then.
He did.
But Liam Merrick was equal to the task, and he now chips the ball further down the field. Coming up behind was Flacavento. He puts the ball down low. Got the rebound football, but he was tackled immediately and brought to ground by Yates. So there's going to be another ball up, which will take place on the far side. 15 minutes in, it is 2-2 East Geelong. Belpost still one soldier behind.
So ball back in play now. The East Geelong player got rid of his opponent, then Lowe's running towards the ball. It's going to end up with his teammate. It's massive hit coming back the other way. Umpire says fair play, play on. Harmer gives the handball out. Jones ended up with the ball, and I think Basley goes towards the centre of the ground. Trying to be a little bit special there was Vashurin. He couldn't quite end up with it. It's a good tackle by Crombie in the middle of the ground. It looks like that player was okay. Was it Crombie he got hit?
No, I don't think so. Oh.
Nah, I don't think so. Maybe Ollis?
Lowndes.
I've seen a real good fair bump, though. That was brilliant.
Back in now. The bump is not dead at all. They're going to go forward through Vashurin and Henry variety that time. And then Flacavento's going to look inside the forward 50. Can he find a target? He can. Umpire's got to give the free kick, and he has.
That was a well-weighted kick.
Yeah.
Ends up with Lockie Wilson. It is in the forward pocket, and they'll have an opportunity to kick their first goal from 30 metres out, but not the easiest of kicks, so the breeze going back against him.
Ruckman having their first spell.
So, just a steadier here for Belpost till East Geelong started on fire early, and Belpost still have clawed their way back into this game. Just no momentum, but East Geelong could be quite a bit more in front. They're going to have the shot. Wilson now. It looks gun barrel straight. It is. Kicks the first of Belpost still. 2-2-14 to 1-1-7. We have gone 17 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
It's probably one that East didn't really want against the Wind, but they've got that little chip and game going. But I reckon up until now, they've been that little bit off. The Chips have been missing players and have been a bit short. And it's been just a little bit off. It's been very remiss of me too, and all that excitement with Ricky O'Toole. The umpires for today's game, Daniel Wilson, Jack O'Neill, and Dave Chaston. So sorry about that, boys. Forgot about them.
Good work, Rob. So we're back in the middle of the ground. Umpire Timmy Barton in there doing the ruck work. And we said Benny Mulville doing the cutout job for Sobey. So Ruckman again will go at it. This time Barton up over the top. Ball comes out, goes back towards centre wing, coming out. McIntyre got the handball outside. Crombie tried to take possession of it, lies on the ground, needs to get the ball out. It does come out into the hands of Godwin, now in the hands of Flacavento. Long back into their forward line, going out. Mark not taken. Wilson was up high. Chirkop, handballs over the top, goes towards Costello. Ball now in the hands. I couldn't see the East Geelong player, but it's still there. It's O'Brien. Henderson, he gets the ball outside 50. Ollis couldn't take the mark. Ball now at ground level. And there's umpire seen there's a whistle being blown. And it will go to Jeremy Ollis. But it looks so just inside defensive 50. Transfers play across the ground. Running play from behind. Bissenden got the handball up into the hands of McLean. Target. Oh, he's been lucky. He got through the contest there. He got through 2 tackles. Now in the hands of Minari. And he goes long into their half-forward line. Out in front is Ezard. Doesn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. At the ground level, Lowndes got it. Got through the traffic. Went back. A little chip up over the top. That was nice and clever. And Steele finishes it off by taking the mark. And we'll go back and look at goal from about 35.
Don't worry about looking at it. He's got to go back and put it straight through the middle to regain a bit of that momentum and confidence. Just kick the goal.
You summed it up beautifully, Smithy. The way that Ezard didn't panic in the traffic and just lowered his eyes and found a target. Really good, especially from the big man.
So Andrew Steele's just giving some umpires some advice.
Yeah, look, I honestly think the outcome of this game, and I know it's not fair to put pressure on blokes, but I think it's a lot to do with this bloke here.
So Steele now runs that goal, chips at it, and
bloody missed
he is
it.
offline. So through for a minor score, 2-3. I reckon if the umpire had gone back to where he was standing, I reckon he ran straight at goal. But,
well, he seemed to kick it not behind the mark.
Yeah.
But the umpire didn't call play on, and the man on the mark just watched him run.
Well, you can't do anything, Grubby, if you move.
No, unless he calls play on, otherwise it would have been a 50.
So it's basically again doing the kicking in duties, and Gay goes out long this time. That's a better kick, so there's a bit of distance in that ball. Timmy Barton comes up and takes the mark. So Belpost Hill will now look to get the ball back and through the middle. That's where they usually go. And Casey takes the marks. They've got some options across the ground. They use them. McNamara also has Vashurin if he wants him, but he hasn't seen him as yet. But he's going to decide just to look way up his option. Man is an option now on centre wing or defensive side. Now they chip the ball over the top and they can run because it's in the hands there of Norman, it looks like, goes forward. So their possession football so far to get it to their half-forward line has been good. And they need to kick the ball and get the mark inside 50. Who will take it? Yep, ball comes out and it is over the boundary line. Good spoil by the defence and it's gone about 20 metres around from the behind post.
Well, I know it's not a goal, but that's probably the next best result they can see if they can hold the ball in there and, save up a few minutes.
They give them a chance to put a little bit of pressure on their defence. Barton out of the ruck contest. Handball goes back inside. That was that shot at goal, and that might have been Casey was. I'm not too sure, but it's through for a minor score. I'll give it to Casey until we know any differently. So Belpost Hill now to 1-2. East Geelong 2-3. That's what I said.
Who cares?
That's right. And we've gone 20 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
So East Geelong are going to exit on the boundary road side now. Got rid of his opponent. Professionally done was from Dixon, and then he takes the mark. Going to look up the ground, move it towards centre wing. It's in the path of Crombie. Can he gather the ball? He can. But Felix Jones, I think it was, saw him over the boundary line. He did. And that play that we just saw before, that's the typical Belpost Hill style of play, isn't it? Just a chip.
Of course it is.
Pass and go up,
Yeah, that's what it is. They're a little bit off early in the game, but they're getting it right now.
So we're going to have a throw in. Far side, scoreboard side of the ground. Centre wing. Now grabbed out. That was really well done on that occasion by Barton. He got the ball forward and then they can't gather it because coming through was Monahan and then just getting out of the hands. So we're going to have another stoppage towards true centre wing. So 2-3-15 to 1-2-8. 21 minutes gone. The ball's up again. Mulville in the ruck. For the time being, coming through was Yates. Couldn't quite cover the ball. He's still playing that tagging role now. Comes forward. A beautiful mark taken. It might be Flacavento. It is. He's gonna play on now. He's in some trouble. He's got to kick inside the forward 50. Look well set here, but a good juggling mark. No, not quite. Good defence here. They've held up well, and the ball is over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in 30 metres out from the Belpost Hill goal.
They're just starting to play better football, Belpost, aren't they?
So Panthers in attack here. Back in now, Merrick versus Sobey. Ball comes over the top. It's a good take. And then somehow got the ball to the boot. Mono and Whitney. And then forward. Is mark taken? No, not quite. Coming through. Good hands from East Geelong. Now Crombie ends up with the ball. Oh, he's just silky. But he might have stepped over the boundary line. I think he has. Boundary umpire was in best position. So I'll have another ball in. 25 metres out from the Bell Post Hill goal. Back in now. Barton in the ruck. Bell Post Hill for the time being. Coming through was Yates. He got the handball over the top. Was it a throw? It was.
Looked like one to me from here.
Good pick up, Grub.
Good umpiring.
So East Geelong have the ball in their defensive 50. Probably going to go that far side of the ground. They do, but it's not a great kick. Steele did well to make a contact. Comes out over the top to Whitney, and then Crombie saw it over the boundary line. So we'll have another ball in far side of the ground. 2-3-15. East Geelong currently leading Belhurst Hill 1-8.
It's pretty simple. When you get the footy, you kick it to your man. If you can't kick it to your man in a one-on-one, kick it to his advantage. The last couple of times have been against their advantage.
Ball thrown back in again. Savey front position brings it down. Yates out of the contest. Picked up Crombie. He can't get clean possession. Tries to get through. I think Merrick doing the tackling there. And he was able to hold him up. So the ball up will take place. Thrown up again. This time the ball from out the back. Picked up Yates. Got out of the contest. Got the handball away. Brian's in the right spot. Got the handball. Mark went inside. Flaccavento. He's been pretty good taking those marks up forward. Presenting quite nicely. So
Can he kick this, though?
again, just going back right into the breeze, I reckon, Grub. So this will take his very best. I think this distance normally with anything else, I would say yes, but just today it might be just that bit too far. But he is going back and looking like he is going to have a shot here.
Well, I'm going to agree or disagree with you after he kicks it. It's the easiest way out.
We'll soon find out. So he steps in, kicks from right on 50. It'll get to the goal square. It will be a goal.
Tell you
He's
what.
got the mail there, and it is right on the board and on the money. And he's got his first for the afternoon, and that means Belpost Hill move to 2-2. East Geelong 2 goals 3. We have ticked over 24 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, Smithy, I disagree with you. I think you can get the distance. They are very, very, very good goals because we did think that it might be a little bit far out. And when if he doesn't make the distance, 9 times out of 10 they don't score. So, to be a point behind against the Breeze,
Is it against the Breeze?
It's a
He's
great.
basically kicked out for full back and landed it outside 50 quite easily.
Well, sometimes it isn't. These flags go up and down.
Yeah.
But all the goals today, most of them have been scored at the Buckley's end of the ground. So.
Yep.
So we are back in the middle now. Jumper hold on Merrick. He didn't get the free kick. Now they're going to go forward here in the path of Osbrook. He can trap the ball. He's got Basely on his tail. He does well to make the stoppage. Then he gets out of it, gives the handball to his teammate. Now it's inside the forward 50. The path, not taken by Ezard. No free kick. Trying to get it out to low. Couldn't quite. And we will have a stoppage 40 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
Bad tackle by Callum Basely. When you don't fling him. You have to keep him hold of him so he can't get another chance to get rid of the footy.
So maybe a couple of free kicks missed there, but we love the game. Keep playing as Yates trying to get the handball through. It was well intercepted though. Here's an opportunity for the milestone man. Kicks back low on the line. He's kicked the goal. Sammy Lowe kicks a goal in his 100th game. Momentum back with East. 3-3, 21 now to 2-2-14. We have gone 26 minutes in the first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
That's exactly what they needed too, because Sammy Lowe's been playing pretty good footy, but when you get the ball like that, and you think there's nothing else to do. I got no one. I have to kick for goal, and sometimes they can go anywhere. But Sammy Lowe, beautiful, beautiful kick, and that's put them 7 points back in front again.
Umpire with ball back in the middle now. Sobey back and also Merrick doing the ruck work. Ruckman at it. Merrick tries to tap it down. McIntyre positioned himself very nicely, but it was Merrick that came out of the contest, kicks the ball back into their forward line. Hamer came up at the ball. Ball gets through those and it comes back in towards the middle of the ground now. Picked up Ollis. Handballs over his head, only as far as Chirkop. He's tackled. Ball comes out. Minari put it out the back door. Was looking for some teammates. No one there. Ball now is that centre half forward position, and it's going to be held up by actually both sides on the ground, and the umpire will ask for it for a ball up. Semi Harmer hands the ball back. Belpost Hill got the ball they're attacking in. Still kicking a bit from goal. Ball now runs towards Jones. Monahan right behind him. He takes possession, or didn't take possession of it. Ball comes out now. Jones is down. He's
he's
getting to his feet now. It's a bit of a hobble, but he'll obviously run that out. Another ball up on the forward arc. Sobey taps that down nicely. Merrick also stole it from a player coming through into the hands of Assurin. He kicks back towards their forward line, back towards the pocket. That was nicely trapped by Wilson. Kicks round the body. It's going to run back towards goal. It's going to be a goal. That has gone through. It has. It's a nice finish there from Locke Wilson. He gets his second. Belpo still their third. They are 3-2. East Geelong 3-3. Almost 28 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre. First quarter scoreboard.
What a magnificent goal. And that could be a contender for the Connectal. Yes, that's right. Connectal goal today. But just when you said he might run it off, the other boy, they've got, they are now. I was going to say, they've got to get him off because they're a man short while he's hobbling. So you don't know how serious the injury is, but get him off, get someone on. But that was a terrific goal and one that East Geelong really didn't want to see.
Beautifully called by you as well. Smithy is the ball. He's back up in the middle. Running after it is McIntyre. Tries to chap it. Can't quite. Crombie ends up with a good tackle by Vashurin. Now it comes out to Godwin. He tries to spin out. Another good tackle by Crombie. Now in the middle of the ground trying to pick up the ball. It was a good tackle by Beardsall. Good football here. Heavily contested. Allsbrook comes through. Now, it was a great take from Crombie. He lost the ball, though. Now, in Ananda. Oh, this is beautiful finals footy here. This is why we come to St Albans Park on a Saturday afternoon. So we have a stoppage in the middle of the ground.
No, it's paid just holding the ball.
Oh, yes, too. That's why you come here. I come here for the lunchtime spread.
So there is a free kick in the middle of the ground. It's going to Godwin. He looks up. Oh, it's a beautiful kick.
I'm coming next week.
Laces out Barton. So Barton now moves the ball forward. It's inside forward 50. Yates trying to get back. And Sammy Lowe, that was courageous going back with the flight.
There's a bit of a bust up on
And
too.
there
isn't
is, but they're going to get along with it now. So they've got some players on the far side here. First time the ball's been out on this side of the ground. In front of us in the commentary position now. Ball kick back. It's not the best kick, but the two flew, and then it ends up with Ezard, and then move forward from Oldsbrook. Tries to find Smith. He's got Lowndes. He turns around. He is going to eventually kicks into his path. A good kick. He's going to run in coast to coast. East Geelong goal. 4-3, 27 to 3-2, 20. We've gone 30 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment. And what a game it's been so far.
So that was a nice bit of play there because they were able to move the ball. The player allowed play to go on, which was even better because he didn't hold things up. East Geelong took full advantage, and their mark by Ezard down here amongst traffic was very, very good. They got the ball further afield, and they've been able to finish with a goal. So that was a timely finish there.
I'll tell you what, Smithy, we were due for this because we've had some, let's say, not as great, not good football to watch in the other few games, the first three quarters of the other games. Now we're getting a really good game.
So ball back in the middle, as I said, ticked over 30 minutes. Ball comes from that centre bounce. Ball is yet to be won at ground level. Sobey feeds it out back towards centre wing for Shurin. Leads in the race for the ball. Hotly pressed there, McIntyre. Crombie's also in there. Sama, good tackle. He picks him up. Sling tackle did swing him over. And free kick will go to Benny Crombie.
No, he was the one who slung, wasn't he?
No, Benny Crombie was slung.
Was he all right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, he's still there. It wasn't from height. It was a low tackle. He just brought him round and followed him to the ground. So
missed a massive early Crombie in the middle.
But we are playing finals football, and you don't expect anything less. So the ball now goes outside. That's a great kick out towards Monahan. So he's now forward of centre wing. Maybe a late opportunity here for East Geelong. They drive it. Well, they didn't drive it. They went short, and they found Beardsall. Beardsall now is going to play on. He's going to go a little bit longer, down along the boundary line. Steele out in front. Doesn't take the first, but takes the second. Plays on, and again, low kick going forward. Didn't suit Smith. Ball hits the ground, picked up Lemper. Goes by and out to Mulville. Mulville now gives a handball outside. Ball is smothered off the boot into the hands of McLean. Into it now, Belpo Sill. They win possession of it, but the siren has sounded, and at quarter time, it will be East Geelong going in at 4-3. They leading Belpo Sill 3-2. And we have goal kickers for the first quarter. All singles for East Geelong. It's Beardsall, Lowe, Smith, and Caleb Lowndes. And for Belpo Sill, there 3 goals, 2 to Locke Wilson and 1 to Flacavento. Take a short break. Come back shortly. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Real good. Yes, preliminary final day, quarter time score at the present time, 4-3 East Geelong and 3-2 to Belpost Hill. Again, the Belpost Hill were able to kick goals into that breeze, which just that can be done if you run the ball. And I suppose sometimes you can have a little bit of luck along the way as well. So it's been a positive start from both sides, and at times they have looked very good. The pressure today is definitely risen once again. So, Grub, how are your thoughts, or what are your thoughts on this first quarter so far?
Well, you're exactly right. The pressure has really intensified, but you still see glimpses of good footy, which we probably didn't see in the other finals. Both sides have been able to produce it, and when they get out, East Geelong look really, really good. They had a bit of a barney up there, but I reckon that stops a lot of players from running down the ground. Don't worry about pushing and shoving and all that around. Just keep your eye on what you're doing, because East Geelong, whether it was because of that, I don't know, but in the end they had blokes running everywhere for that last goal. So, to me, it's been a pretty good game to watch. At 27-20, obviously on the scoreboard are East Geelong in front, but we were going to find out this quarter with Belpost Hill, with that breeze, if it's going to be any effective. And obviously we'll see if they are in front or not. I reckon the way the goals have been kicked down there today, at 27-20, I reckon Belpost might be a touch in front, but they have to use the win. And remembering, they are the best side that we've seen in the finals to use the win, Belpost Hill. They've used it better than anybody else in that one quarter, and if they can do that, East are in trouble. So East, look, probably they would be a little bit disappointed. I reckon they probably should have kicked a couple more goals, but now they've got to work hard into that, Bruce.
Just around the leagues as well, down the road, Geelong Amateurs and Anglesea are 5-1-31, leading Geelong Amateurs 2-3-15.
Again, you don't know whether that's going to be win affected, but
It could be breeze affected.
And where's that played?
Newcombe.
Oh, Newcombe. Okay.
And also, just in that first goal, I thought Sammy Lowe was unbelievable. I thought Jack Beardsall early on as well. I thought Zach Smith, if he got some better, the ball was kicked to him a little bit better, it would have had a couple more on the board. But no, I thought Belpost still did really well to kick a couple.
Well, if you're looking there, Arch, just see if you can get the GFL as well,
Yeah,
just to run that score past everybody as well, if we can get that up.
And who are you looking at there?
Well, I think it's Newtown.
Colac and Newtown, isn't it?
No, Newtown and...
Sorry,
St
Newtown.
Mary's.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, it is too. Yeah, so it's Colac.
It'll be Colac and Joseph's.
Joey's, yes. Out at West Oval.
Two goals straight. St Joseph's lead Colac 1 goal.
Okay, righto. So we're just about ready for a second quarter action here. And it's things in the middle of the ground haven't changed that much with Merrick and Sobey doing the ruck work. So the ball now thrown up by the umpire. Sobey brings the ball down. It's Merrick that gets the handball out the back. Low. I thought he read that nicely. He's going to be the player. He wasn't the first to arrive, but he's going to end up with the ball. His kick goes back into the middle of the ground. Mulville in front. Hands. Doesn't take the mark, but recovers nicely. Handball comes back inside. Godwin arrives. Puts some pressure on. Has a runner outside. Will use Flacavento now. So they run the ball back towards centre wing. Wants to get back on his right side, does so now. Kicks round the body into their half-forward line. Semi-low picked that ball up nicely into the hands of Mulville Ben. Long kick going out towards Ezard. Ball gets over the top. Again, runs back towards their goal square. Basically just pushed Lemper off the ball, then chips the ball out wide and finds his teammate and Dill Whitney on the half-back line. So Whitney now with possession of it. Belpost still looking to put their best foot forward in this quarter. The score, with that, we think the advantage of a breeze. Out the back, ball goes to Mulville. Handball comes out, and it's Crombie that kicks one around the boundary line. Mulville picks the ball up again. The ball is kicked further down the field. Player now allowed to go on. Gets towards Smith. Had a fair crack at it.
I think he's marked it.
I think he finalised and took that mark in the end. And now he wants to play on. He runs to where he's comfortable with. Kicks that goal. I tell you what.
That's
hit the top of the post. And that would have been a very nice finish.
There's been a whistle.
It's going to be a Zach Smith free kick, is it?
No, he's
given
all clear now.
Of the ground. They paid advantage.
Oh.
Umpire had paid advantage. Definitely umpire back here did call advantage. So it is 4-4 now to East Geelong, 3-2 Belpost Hill. Minute and a half gone. Ells Insurance second quarter.
Jeez, that would have been handy.
So opportunity here, and then Belpost Hill exit defensive 50. Big contest, the 2v1, but the one's going to win out for Belpost Hill. Now Beardsall trying to trap the ball, can't quite. Coming through was McLean, and they get the ball forward through Dixon, looking for Ezard. Ezard takes a strong contested mark. That'll do his confidence wonders early in this one. Had a good first quarter as well. Bringing the ball to ground and also at ground level. He's a crafty player and he makes the right option more times than not, especially when he's in traffic. So he'll have a shot now against the breeze. We're seeing more goals kicked to this end than we have all final series. From 40 metres out, slide angle. Put them 14 points up. Nice handy gap early. Hazard kicks, not good off the boot. It's going to stay in the field of play. No, it's not. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. So 4-4-28, 3-2-20. Score not changing and going to be Shirk up to kick out for Belpost Hill. Last line of defence. He's going to go the boundary road side. High kick looking for Barton. It might be standing under it. Might have been, well, someone's gone down. It might be low. Inside forward, 50 now. Opportunity going back with a flight. Basically couldn't quite. Lemper was there as well, and the ball was going to beat all comers and go out of bounds. So 4-4-28 to 3-2-20. We have gone 3 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Alders Insurance.
Tell you what, look, don't worry about these stupid flags. Let's go back to Mother Nature. Have a look at all the trees around the ground. Still as buggery.
Yeah.
So let's forget about the wind. May the best team win. I don't know. There might be a windmill or something behind them, but the trees are beautiful. Still.
And there's just...
Might be all the wind coming out of the box here.
Sammy Lowe's coming off the ground for a blood rule as well.
So Vissidon coming in, Sammy Lowe exiting.
Be interesting to see what happens with Visindon. He's been playing really well off the back line. Sammy Lowe's was on a wing, so they might have to swap it around a little bit.
I think they've already made the change. It looks at Grub because he's gone to Flacavento, who'd been playing forward.
Okay.
So they've got themselves worked out, I reckon, pretty well out there by the looks of it.
Yeah, they've done it well.
Melville might have gone to that far wing, I think. So the ball now thrown back in, forward pocket, man doing the ruck work. Melville's also there, out of the contest. Ball's taken out, Belpost Hill. They give the handball away, and the hands of Lemper. Actually headed it straight back to Baseley. He kicks outside 50. Whitney leads in the race for the ball, needs a favourable bounce, got one. Kicks the ball round the boundary line. Went towards Costello, stays in the field of play. Flacavento takes the ball and was taken by 3 East Geelong opponents. And there will be a ball up will take place right on centre wing on the far side of the ground. He definitely didn't have any prior opportunity in that situation.
No.
So ball now thrown back up. Merrick tried to take it out of that ruck contest. Ball goes back towards the boundary line and now has gone over a throw in this time on that far side. Little sprinkle of fine weather. Ball from the ruck contest comes out, guns back, picked up. Nice little kick there forward by Bryans. Nice clean pick up there by Dixon. He transferred the ball back out towards centre wing. Merrick leads in the race for the ball. Boundary line must be getting close. Minari arrived and was able to force the ball over the boundary line. So we're going to have a throw in on the far side once again. As we said, rain is now falling at the ground, which will make things probably just a little bit slippery underfoot. Thrown back in again, and that Merrick front position, but Sobey, actually it was Merrick that got the ball down. Jones was running in the race there with Beardsall. He kicked the ball around the boundary line. His kick went over that, and there will be a free kick going Belpost Hill way, and it will go to Dill Whitney. I think it's not going to be handed back to Jones now. He wants Jones to come in and get the ball. He was the man that was closest to it. He makes his way back to the boundary line now. So this is Zane Jones on the far side. Little chip going forward. It's okay. Flacavento comes up at the ball. So he is just over centre wing now. So still a kick, at least 2 kicks away from goal. Looks at his options. Not too many there. So just delivers the ball long into their forward line. Ball at ground level, not picked up first. He picked up by Bryans, though. He kicks the ball into their forward line. Wilson in front. Ball comes back towards ground. Wilson can't pick the ball up. Play around the corner, but Wilson says, I'll do it myself. And he has got his third. Locke Wilson has been exceptional here this afternoon. 3 of the 4 goals to him. And Belpost Hill now 4-2. Trail East Geelong on 4-4. 6.5 minutes gone. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
This just might be what's going to happen all day, Smithy. Just goal for goal. Keep it close. That's what we want. Although I want to sneak off a bit early, so I hope one team gets away in the last quarter. But both sides are doing really, really well. A couple of little things with the East boys before, when you called Sammy Lowe going for the footy. He should have been the one to get it because he was running towards the goals, but they allowed the other East Geelong player to come back, and he was running away from the goal. Just little things like that you've got to think about.
I saw that. It was Crombie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, ball back in the middle now as the rain gets a little bit heavier. Godwin, that was beautiful out of the middle. Laces out. He can't quite hit. But it went over his head, and then the tackle is made, and the umpire says, give it to me. So the stoppage 50 metres out from the Bell Post Hill goal. Well, has ball in hand now. Up again, Sobey and Merrick. It's going to be battle all day. Godwin again, he's starting to have an influence on this game. And by the top, I don't Bryans and Crombie. He's a good player in the wet. Can't quite trap the ball. Then a kick forward just out of the path of the player McLean. And then it came out. Yates has the ball now. He hasn't had much impact. And I saw early on he was tagging. You did mention that.
You're going to pay a free kick here to East Geelong.
It is. So was it insufficient attempt, or it might have been didn't dispose of the ball correctly? So Dixon has the ball, and Yates has had a rough start to this one. In front of us now in the commentary position. Gets down. Crombie roved it beautiful. There's a player down for East. It might be Lemper's steal anyway. So Olsbrook has the ball. Looks inboard. Not a good kick. He's trying to put it in the path of his teammate Minari. He goes to gather the ball, but on his tail is Whitney. It's still tapping the ball forward, then coming through. Olsbrook cleans up again. Kick inside the forward 50. Here's the Smith moment. No, can't quite. Now tapped. Still going Smith. Socking in the ball, trying to pick it up. Now he does, and he sees the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in. 4-4-28. 4-2-26. Say that player was all right that went down for East Geelong. I think he is.
What about the boy that came off for Bell Post, Jones?
Have a look at that as well. So ball back in now. Tackle laid. We're going to have another stoppage 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
He's back out there, Grub.
Yeah, good.
Very congested forward line as well. So
what do they call them? Stingers.
Back again now, over the top, in the path of Jones. Zane Variety goes back around. It's a one-on-one here. Using his body well was the East Geelong player. In the middle of the ground as well is Felix Jones. He can't cover the ball. Then over the top, the handball from O'Brien Henderson. First time I've called his name today. Back in the middle, Godwin now. He usually makes the right decision. Piercing kick. Gives his teammate a chance in Barton. He's running back. He's going to gather the ball now. 40 metres out. Kicks a grubber. It's a one-on-one in the square. Dixon and Yates. Oh, there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Dixon. Winning that one-on-one again. And I tell you what, early on Yates was tagging. They moved him forward. Probably to have more of an influence on the game. And Dixon is playing very well on him so far. Won the last two one-on-ones.
Did you see the umpire? What did he pay that for?
He's holding his arm. He did hold his arm. So, then a Vicentine. He goes wide. So, then tries to find McLean. Barton doesn't want to give away the 50. He doesn't. So, just in front of us in the broadcast position. McLean has the ball. Goes up.
Good hands.
They're the hands you want.
There's a Lemper. One of the best hands in the comp. He short kick. It's good possession. This is Balpo still type footy the way that East Geelong are playing this at the moment.
As long as they can sustain it, I don't mind, but a lot of clubs can't.
So Ollis swings on that left boot. Down the line to Ezardi. Gets a fist in. Now Steele couldn't make the tackle. Got out of the way and there's a tackle laid. Good tackle it was from Zane Jones. We'll have a stoppage just between centre wing and half forward for East Geelong. It is 4-4-28 to 4-2-26. We've got 11 minutes in the second quarter. Brought to Albans Insurance.
Ball up, just attacking side of centre wing for East Geelong. Mulville takes the ball from the ruck contest. He is tackled immediately. Umpire called for the ball back.
I wouldn't want to have been that bloke here just sitting under with big Timmy Barton bearing down on him because he don't take no prisoners, Timmy, I tell you.
The ball now from that contest. Again, that was nice work. There's been a hold and it's going to go to East Geelong.
Gee.
Sobey gets the ball out the back there. Beasley. Beardsley, I should say. He gets the ball and was smothered off the boot. Yeah, no.
Go Belmont.
That's it. Ball now in the hands of Whitney. Decides just to load up. Goes long. Back towards centre wing. Contest required. Barton out in front. Had first go and second go. Took the mark. So now
No, it's not
Timmy
50.
Barton.
Now, oh, no, play
Oh,
on.
he called play on.
That's right. He
Yeah.
called play on. Everything's perfect
So
there.
the ball now goes to the half-forward line. Ball from that
Ooh.
ruck contest comes out towards O'Brien. Henderson got the handball away towards McIntyre. Out the back towards Lee. Chips the ball back into the middle. McLean had worked to a nice spot, and he has got the ball. He can run and carry. Takes his first bounce and his second bounce on centre wing. Now delivers the ball into their half-forward line. Kick was also good. No, it wasn't.
No.
Joe McNamara is standing there. I didn't see him, and he has taken the mark. So it's
Neither
going to
did
come
he.
back the other way. Well, he got colourblind going forward, the colour of the jumper. The ball tipped up over the top now into the hands of Merrick. And he's got the ball defensive side of centre wing, chips the ball outside. Flaccavento coming up from behind the play. No one standing to mark and run and wants to, but he decides just to stop. Not too sure.
I don't think he had anything to kick to.
I think he could have gathered another 20 or 30 metres, though, grubbing there.
If
Then
he-
with
yeah.
another 30 or 40. So now he has to kick the ball to the same area. This time there's going to be a contest out there. Ball from the contest went through the hands of Fanning into the hands of McIntyre. I reckon he's kicked the ball straight over the boundary line.
Straight
Now
to
to bounce
Boundary
the full.
Road, nearly.
Just about. And free kick will go to Belpost Hill.
I know what he should have done. You're right, but when he took them, I think he was looking for someone, and there was nothing on.
So Costello now with the ball. He's attacking side of centre wing for Belpost Hill. Runs inside now. A little chip into their half-forward line, looking towards Merrick. Ball gets through that contest. Out the back, Sobey picked that ball up nicely for a big man. Goes back towards centre wing. Out the back, Steele. That is a good jump at the football, and he takes the mark. So now he's got the same sort of situation. He's got nothing forward of him, but he's got a player working wide now, outside towards McIntyre. He takes the mark.
Tried to get a 50.
Flaccavento just arrives as he took the mark. So Johnny McIntyre, just defensive side of centre wing now. His kick about 30 metres along the boundary line.
Oh, that's a free kick.
Had to be one there, you would have thought, either way. So the ball now gets out the back. Basically leads in the race for the ball. Picks the ball up. Got the handball outside towards Quinn. Quinn now looks
Careful.
across the ground. Norman has to mark this ball. And the kick was good. Norman doesn't let him down. So he now wants to play on. He wants to go through the middle of the ground. That was a
Careful
great
there,
kick
too.
for sure. And over
Well
the
done.
top. And that was nicely done. He comes back outside. Goes towards Jones. Took the mark. Harmer further down the field. They moved it nicely now. So they're attacking side off
Held
centre
them up,
wing.
though.
Now they go down the boundary line, back towards Vashurin. Player coming at it. There was Lee. He was tackled, brought to ground. Umpire said he had no prior opportunity, and a ball up will take place. We have gone almost 14 and a half minutes here. It is East Geelong 4-4, leading Belpost Hill 4 goals to Elders Insurance second quarter scoreboard.
So just between centre wing and half forward for Belpost still here in front of us in the broadcast position. Sobey gets the hit forward. Leading the pack is McIntyre. He's starting to have an
Can't do
impact. Left foot kick. Gets over the top of Lowndes, and then Ezard saw it over the boundary line. So have a ball in just in front of the club rooms. True centre wing. So umpire has ball in hand now. 4-4, 28 East Geelong. They are leading right now as the rain holds off for the time being. Ball back in. Merrick versus Mulville. And then kicked forward was by Bryans. Gathers the ball, then misses his handball, and then he sees the ball over the boundary line. So he sees Sammy Lowe's got a bit of tape around his head. We'll have a ball in just in front of us here. Directly in front of us. It is Barton in the ruck at the moment for Belpost Hill. So ball back in. Come down. Beautiful rove there it was with McIntyre. But it was a good tackle coming back the other way. And then they're going to go inside forward 50 here.
You got to keep
James
going,
Jones
son.
gets caught. Yes, he is. So he sold the first one.
He should have kept going on the boot. Kept going.
Belpost still, strange bench, not too happy about the umpiring.
No, they're not either. I'd like to see the free kicks, which doesn't matter, but
So Sammy Lowe now kicks front of us here. True centre wing. Engel's going to fly. Drops the mark. Brings the ball to ground though. Crombie. He gets the ball out to McIntyre. Can't quite. He couldn't go with the ball, and then it might go over the boundary line. They're probably happy to see it over, and they are. So East Geelong will be more than happy with this. And don't think there is much of a breeze as we think there is. As Grubby said, the trees are pretty still.
I reckon they should get rid of those flags.
So, ball back in now. Good throw in. And a Barton, and then that was nearly holding the ball. Umpire said play on. He tried to get rid of it. Sammy Lowe's in and under. And make sure there's going to be another stoppage. So 4-4-28, 4-2-26. 17 minutes gone this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Ruck contest, point of the square in front of us where we sit here. Barton gets the ball down, goes towards Casey, puts boot the ball, actually went straight up in the air, good spoil there, ball come back towards ground. Cozzy runs onto it, Costello kicks the ball, round the body, back towards the goal square. Yates comes out and attacks it, gets through the contest, out the back, good support out there, and that might have been McLean. Over the top he goes towards Monaghan, he goes out wide, looking towards Lemper again. He's up, marked, not completed there. Man's there. He's got support now, back in the hands of Norman. Looks up, goes back towards the danger man, and that is Wilson. Can't take the mark this time. He recovers and kicks it back towards goal. Oh, he has just drifted off line. His first minor score there. And we'll now move Belpo still to 4-3. They trail East Geelong on 4-4. Almost 18 minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter. Ball brought straight back in now by McLean. Runs, gets a little bit of ground now and delivers the ball out long. Ball gets through the contest, goes out towards the boundary line. Norman leads in the race for the ball. He is pushed over and there will be a throw-in which will take place. Still in Belpost Hill's attacking end of the ground. So Barton and Ben Mulville get themselves across there to do the ruck work. Front position comes down, Chirkop. His kick only went as far as Crombie. He lost possession of it when he got through. Barton picks the ball up and puts Belpost Hill back into their attack a little bit further down the ground. But East Geelong have worked well there. Got the handball out the back to McLean. He goes back to where Barton kicked the ball. Spoil from behind. Goes back to the boundary line. Player runs over the boundary line. Umpire's going to ask for it back. And there's going to be a ball up. 1 point margin here as we tick over almost 19 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
So boundary road side of the ground. Umpire has ball in hand. Good all in. Barton gets it out. Good tap down. Couldn't find Godwin. Now it comes out to McIntyre. He's starting to have a real influence on this game. That left foot gets it ball forward. Coming through, though, was Belpost Hill. They look well set. In the middle of the ground. Big ball to win here. Godwin loses it. Now an opportunity. They get it. Might have been Manara in the middle. Then Crombie's involved as well. It might have come out to steal. Oldsbrook's got to put his head over the ball here. He does. Gets it to McIntyre. He's got McLean. He sees him. Now he's got more space than the first Astronauts. If he can gather the ball, he can. He looks up. Finds Ezard. Ezard 60 metres from goal. Is going to look. It might be 50. There's a whistle down the ground.
There's a whistle to East again.
Zach Smith wanted to run on with it, but who's it going to go to? It might be him himself. Oh, now he said play on. Too smart from Zach Smith. It kicks his second goal. 5-4, 34, 4-3, 27. We've gone 20 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance.
You called it. Now tell me what happened.
He got a free kick, Zach Smith. He tried to play on. The umpire was going to bring him back. He walked over his mark, and there was no mark at it.
10 metres back.
And then the umpire allowed him to play on. So I can understand the
I don't reckon the
Belpost Hill.
umpire told anyone where the mark was.
I don't even know his free kick. I think it was a free kick, but I'm not sure.
That's confusing. That I've got no idea what really happened there in the finish.
So
See if you can find out what happened there, Tyler. That's bemused me. I've got no idea what happened.
So the
It just looked wrong. You know, to stop the play and then go, play on.
Well, they went to bring him back, and then he asked the umpire, and he just ran past everyone because everyone thought they were going to bring him back.
But once it's stopped, doesn't it have to come back?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, that just looked wrong to me. I don't know what happened there.
So the Belpost Hill supporters and players are feeling pretty hard done by at the moment. Maybe rightly so.
So ball now is back in the middle of the ground. And it's going to be thrown up. The Barton does nicely, gets the ball down, goes towards his teammate that was coming off the front line, and that was Jones, but he's won a free kick. I'm not too sure again what that free kick was for, but Jones now chips the ball further afield, goes back towards Barton. Kick wasn't good. Gets out the back. Casey, nice clean pick up. Tried to give the handball to Costello, but it meant past the ball. Now it's kicked out. Ollis is going to lead in the race for the ball, but I tell you what, he needs to get the ball to the boundary line because Belpost still have numbers all over the place here. Ends up with Jones, went one way, got his handball back towards his brother. Needed to get the handball out the back. He did so to Godwin. Now the umpire said he has been pinged, and that was a good chase down there by Ollis.
Wow. Did he handball that?
I thought he got a little bit of hand on it.
He handballed that.
Yep.
He's
all inside. And Sammy Lowe takes the mark. So Lowe now Wants to deliver the ball further afield. Mark has been taken out there. Minyari has got the ball this time. And he is still defensive side of centre wing. He goes a little bit longer down the ground, looking for his teammates. Ends up in the hands of Lemper. He's tackled, brought to ground. Ball gets out the back. Whitney tackled. He goes over the boundary line. And there's going to be a throw which will take place. And that will be still in East Geelong's attacking end.
Can anyone tell me why Yates isn't on the ball while he's playing forward?
No. Pretty game, mate.
So poking the bear. So it's waiting the ball. This time hasn't got enough air in it now. They're complaining about the ball. So we're going to have a little change over once again. That's something different. Don't see that too often.
What's happened? What's happened, Smithy?
Like changing the footy, by the
Changing the
looks
footy,
of it.
mate.
Right.
Not enough air in it by the
Right.
looks of it. I think that was the problem. This time we got a bit better one by the looks of it. Giving it the test. Jeremy Cameron test. They're all doing it. I don't know what they do it for. Ball's all the same, both ends. It's just one might be a little bit harder, but anyway, ball from the ruck contest. Picked up Barton. Boot to ball goes forward. Harmer gets a boot to it, but went back the other way. Mark was taken there by Monaghan, but unfortunately didn't travel the required distance. Umpire wants it back now on centre wing.
It was nearly 15.
Yeah, it's close to. Just probably not quite, but ball now from that ruck contest. This time ball comes out once again. Crombie runs onto it. Little banana off the boot. Ball goes back into their half-forward line. Coming through, Flacavento did that really nicely. Got out to Vashurin. Puts under pressure there. Good chase from Lowndes.
Well, that's holding the ball.
The umpire with one end was going to just about to close up, but Beardsall runs onto it. Ball from there. Sammy Quinn got his hand in there again. Did that pretty nicely.
Don't know
Runs back
how.
outside 50. Picked up there. Mulville got the handball outside. Again, put his teammate under a little bit of pressure. Ball has gone over the boundary line. A throw in again to take place on that far side. 24 gone. It is 5-4 East Geelong, 4-3 Bell Post Hill. Elders Insurance second quarter.
How much has Sammy Quinn improved since the first time we've seen him?
Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? He's just improved out of sight.
He may have the most important job on the very ever dangerous Zach Smith today. So ball back in, tackle in the middle of the ground. Umpire says holding the ball.
A
So it's
few
going to go
ironical
the way.
cheers come over there, wouldn't there?
Definitely. So man has the ball, goes wide, sent to about centre wing now, goes back in board, finds Vashurin. This is Lockie. He goes back in, finds Casey. So chipping the ball around as they do so often here, Bell Post. The next goal in this game is so important. Goes inside the forward 50 now. Merrick has the ball. You wouldn't expect him to roam that. He snaps
No
back.
way, no
He couldn't
way.
from there, could he? Bounces.
No.
No. 5-4, 34 to 4-4. 28. We've got 25 minutes in the second quarter, and I tell you what, East Geelong have kicked this next one and can take advantage of whatever breeze there is out there, if there is any. They're going to go straight up the guts. Finds Ollis. So he has the ball in defensive 50 for East Geelong. Won't be too much longer to go in this one. Kicked in front of us now. Now Sammy Lowe goes up. Oh, that was beautifully taken from Godwin. Then he loses the ball and nearly kicks it out of bounds on the full. As the umpire said, he says no, it bounced before it went out.
I don't think it would have been out in the full because I reckon it come from above the knee.
I thought he had one touch after that, but yeah, you're usually pretty spot on, Grubby.
Usually.
Well, it's pretty close.
So, ball back. Barton gets it down now. He's in the ruck against Sobey. He'll have a stoppage. So, just in between centre wing and half forward here. Well, Barton gets it down, trying to get to Yates. He's got to come into the game here. He's been nearly non-existent. And there's a free kick going to East. So, against Yates it might be as well. So, Beards loves the ball. He's going to kick in the middle of the ground. He's got Minari. He looks up. He's got Smith. The kick isn't great to him. He's going to use his body here. He loses his footing, but then he can't jump on top of that. And he uses his body, kicks back out now, evens the contest. As well done. Yates in there in and under. He's got to be, and he's going to win a free kick this time. He is.
Hey, well, he'd be pretty happy about that. He's given away about 5.
So Yates looks up now, trying to find his teammate in Harmer. He does find him. He's on the.
The umpires have given him a Whitley medal. Now they're giving him free kicks against him.
So he's got the ball on centre wing. Far side of the ground. He goes in the path. Good. Fist by Dixon. He can mark this. He does. So he punched it up in the air and then took the second grab. He's played a pretty good game so far,
He
Dixon.
has.
So he's taken the mark in between half back and centre wing. He goes out wide. Happy to play some possession football here, East Geelong. They're just going to go down the line. Who's down there? Might be Mulville. Can't quite get over the back now. Here's an opportunity. McIntyre, handball. Here's an opportunity for East Geelong. Going inside forward 50. Beautifully played by Sammy Quinn. He read it off the boot a lot better than his opponent did in Zach Smith. And he's going to switch the ball now. He's going to go wide for Vashurin. Vashurin has the ball. They're giving up some ground here, deep in defensive 50. He's going to go to Jones. So Jones has the ball in the back pocket. He's going to go up to the back flank and finds his teammate in Quinn again. He's worked hard to come across. East Geelong are cutting off the switch, so they're going to give him the next one. It's going to be Norman. So they've transitioned the ball from one side of the ground to the other. But East Geelong have cut it off well. And Yates wants it down the line now. The kick to Jones. It's good, and it's good hands as well. Felix Jones has the ball in between half-back and centre wing for Belpost Hill. He looks down the line. Yates is playing on Mulville at the moment. Costello's down the line as well, so he runs himself a little bit of trouble. He's going to handball to Flacavento, says, yeah, you deal with it, and then kick back, cut off by Lowndes. Here's an opportunity for East Geelong. They go, it's a one-on-one with Smith, and he takes the mark. Of course he does. Oh, and I saw he had a little bit of a hop step there. I hope he hasn't injured himself.
Lost his shoe.
Oh, no, he's lost his shoe. So it was beautiful body work. They just played around with it a little bit too much, Belpost Hill. Over possession of the football. Probably should have gone long down the line. Sold himself in a little bit of a trouble. It was beautifully done by Lowndes. Gets the ball forward, and Zach Smith in that situation is so good at protecting the drop of the ball. So he's 40 metres out now. It's half angle. This will be for his third. After a rough final last week, he's having a big impact on this one. Looks pretty good off the boot. I tell you what, Zach Smith wants to play in a grand final. 6-4-40 to 4-4-28. We've got 30 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Els Insurance.
That's where he's at the most dangerous, when the ball's delivered right in front of him, and that's all he can do. You saw Sam Quinn before run forward and take a mark in front of him. That's because in his head, if the ball's 50-50, Smith's always thinking about getting out the back and getting, and it's good when it happens. But you've got an opportunity to run in front of him. But in that case, there's only one thing he can possibly do, and that's mark it. He's not going to get out the back. He's not worried about anything else. And when he does it, I'd say forget about out the back. Mark him like he just did.
So the ball now back in the middle of the ground, tapped out. Ollis just kicks the ball into their half-forward line. Manly's in the race for the ball. Now it's at ground level. It's going to be Lowndes. It's going to arrive first. Yates, strong straight from behind. Ball goes out towards the boundary line. Osbrook's in front. He takes the mark and is forced over the boundary line, but he obviously took the mark inside. So Lowndes, Osbrook it is, sorry, I should say. But the siren is sounded here, and it will be half-time with that last kick. I don't think that's going to get anywhere close to it, but it'll be East Geelong that'll go in at 6-4. They lead Belpost Hill on 4-4. 3 to Zach Smith, 1 each to Beardsall, Lowe and Lowndes. And for the Belpost Hill side, 3 to Wilson and 1 to Jordan Flacavento. Take a short break, come back. Second half is going to be not too far away. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Yes, welcome back to the preliminary final against East Geelong versus Post Hill. Currently the scores are 6-4-40 to 4-4-28. East Geelong leading, had a quarter slightly against the wind. What do you think, Grub?
Well, I'm not sure about that win. I keep looking at these threes. I think we forget about the win for a while. Let's just see what happens. And I just thought East just got on top just marginally. And obviously that reflects on the scoreboard with 2 goals in it. But I tell you what, this game is far from over. We've seen Post Hill's third quarter last week. We know how East Geelong fight. And I tell you what, this could go to the wire. This could be a great quarter.
I'm putting the microscope on one man, and that's Jack Yates, the Whitley medalist. He's got to have a big second half of there to win this game. So we are up in the middle now. Sobey America went at it. There he is. Yates, an early touch. Got it to Godwin. He tried to get rid of the ball. Umpire says holding the ball. So good tackle from Sammy Lowe. He gets the handball to Crombie. Crombie approaches. Lemper wasn't looking at the ball, so he's got to make a half a contest here. He does. No whistle. Steele gathers the ball, and then he's tackled straight away. Umpire might pee him here. He is going to, so no attempt holding the ball.
Well, I thought he grabbed it and dropped it first up, so fair enough.
So he's got the shooting out wide on the half-back flank here. He's going to kick down the line with safer options. The ruckman going at it. Probably could have been a free kick too. Sobey, I think it's going to be, yes, Sobey. So we've had 3 free kicks in the space of 40 seconds here. Ball goes down the line in the path of Mulville. At half forward now. Whitney in and under. He gets taken. Umpire says play on. Beardsall handball out to Ulsbrook. He goes forward in the Smith direction here. Smith and Ezard. Smith turns the opponent inside. A great tackle from Sammy Quinn. And is Smith injured? He's grasping at his knee. Might be all right. We hope so. He hasn't got up yet. Zach Smith. Steele cuts it off. Smith still on the ground inside forward 50. Massive moment in this game. So Steele has the ball. Tied up against the boundary line. He's be a tough kick from there. You have to kick it 50 metres. And he's hugged right up against the boundary. So just in front of the Post Hill interchange bench to get the first goal of the second half. Give him a bit of 3-goal lead. He kicks. It looks all right. I tell you what, he's kicked a magnificent goal and he turns around and lets Post Hill know about it. 7-4-46 to 4-4-28. We've gone 2 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
It was a magnificent kick for goal. That's the one we wanted him to kick early in the first quarter. A beautiful kick for goal, but you just don't need to do that stuff after you kick it against the opposition boundary. I know why, because it can always come back to bite you. It can always just kick the goal, go back to position, kick another 3 and show them that you're fitting him. But this, to the ear business, no, get rid of that, mate, because it can only come back to bite you.
Righto, we're back in the middle of the ground. As I said now, Balbo still with some work to be done. The ball from the middle goes down. Sobey gets it down into the hands there. Crombie, little kick into the half-forward line coming out. Lemper couldn't take it cleanly. Picked up by Yates. Screws it round the body. Goes back towards centre wing.
Dumped him after
free
it.
kick down the field, and it's going to go to Flacavento out there. Centre wing, far side of the ground. So Flacavento now with the ball in hand. He chips the ball. Player coming up, and that was marked there by Jones. Still outside there, forward 50. Next kick takes him inside.
He's backed into the bloke back there. Nothing untoward.
So Jones now chips the ball into the...
he took his eyes off it.
Yes, but he's able to recover. Runs through the contest, gets through one, got the handball back outside. Whitney, left boot, round the body, goes back towards the goal square. Offline through for minor score. 4-5 now to Post Hill, 7-4 East Geelong. Just over 3 minutes gone. East Geelong with ball in hand, obviously kicking in from full back. McLean, I think, is the player doing that. Little short chip to the back pocket. Crombie in some space by himself. Options now was to go long, and that's what he's going to do. Gets outside 50. Ezard's down there. Didn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Picked up. Flacavento tried to get the ball back to his teammate out there in Norman, but unfortunately couldn't take it cleanly, and the ball's gone over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place.
I'll get us around the ground score for the other leagues as well.
That'll be good, mate, when you can do that. So ball now thrown back in by the umpire, front of the scoreboard, far side. Again, Sobey brings the ball down to the front of the contest. Can't be cleaned away there by either Crombie or McIntyre. and umpire will come in and take possession of it.
Start of the third, St Joseph's lead Colac 6-1-37 to 5-1-31. Very accurate kicking.
So the ball now picks up by McIntyre from the contest, goes round the body, coming up.
Good
Mole
kick.
Ben takes the mark. He's just attacking side of their centre wing on the far side of the ground. They've been able to slow him up a little bit here, so he kicks a little bit longer, goes into their half-forward line, back towards Ezard. He shrugs off flank of Vento and takes a solid mark. Now he's looking for his next kick going in forward. Steal up, and he takes a mark just outside 50. Wheels and goes. Nice flat kick. Got to Osbrook. He picks the ball up, kicks that goal, and he has scored his first of the afternoon, and the 8th now for East Geelong. They are 8-4. They lead Belpost Hill on 4-5. 5 minutes gone. P&R Foods, third quarter.
This is starting to look a little bit ominous, I think. East Geelong have really up the ante a little bit here. They're playing a lot better footy, but I just got to go back to Johnny McIntyre. He's got the footy on the half-back flank. He's under immense pressure by Yates, and you really need a good kick. It's hard to get a good kick under that pressure. And what's he do? Stick it right on the chest of a teammate. That's good football, and that's what we haven't seen a lot of during these final series. Bloke kicking it to the opposition. It hit his teammate right on the chest under immense pressure. Great stuff, Johnny McIntyre.
So we are back in the middle now. Ascendancy all with East Geelong. As it comes out, Yates is a man. He can turn a game on its head. He kicks the ball forward for Belpost Hill. Leading in the pack was Dixon. He's had a good game so far, although getting out the back was his opponent in Shercott. He gets turned around and then tackled, and we'll have a stoppage 45 metres out from the Belpost goal.
Like Yates comes out of there under no pressure, and he can't put it to advantage. And that's the difference. You have to put all your kicks to advantage in a final.
Third quarter in the BFL Grand Final, 5-5-35 to 8-4-52. Anglesey leading. The ball goes forward now. Picked up by Whitney, and he's handballed that directly out of bounds. It's going to be deliberate. Yes, he's going to pay it. There was a player there, but it was too misdirected. They all went up for an appeal, like a great fast bowler when he hit someone on the pads, and they got it. So, Beardsall now has the ball in front of the East Geelong interchange bench. He's going to go down the line. He's got Lemper and Steele and Ezard down there. A lot of tall timber. Ball gets punched over the top now. Lowndes, he's kept the ball in. That was well done from him. Sammy Lowe's got an opportunity. He's got Oles on if he can get it to him. Oles does get the ball now. He handballs back. He's got runners in support. He gives it to McIntyre. McIntyre's Olsbrook on. He's got to make a contest here. He does really well, Olsbrook. On Basely, then handballs over the top. Oh, well done, Olsbrook. Gets it to McLean. McLean looks up. It's not a good kick going back, and they've got the numbers here. Sammy Quinn takes the mark at offensive 50. He's going to switch quickly to Godwin. So he looks up. They've got a switch on here. Got two players here, and the mark was taken by Cherkop, though. Might have been fumbled at the last moment. Lowndes then makes the contest, and we'll have a stoppage just in front of the Belpost Hill interchange bench.
They needed to take that, Mark. That was a terrible miss, really.
Yep.
And two of them there, and they nearly spoiled each other, and the bloke went for a drop.
And so, ball up now. Barton and Sobey in the ruck, and nearly gets taken. Now, it's going to be an opportunity for Zane Jones. He's going to switch the ball. Lacavento's out wide. He's got Vashurin on, or he's got Costello. He's going to go in the Kelsey direction. He's going to take the mark. Haven't called his name too many times today. He's on the boundary road side of the ground at centre wing now. Kicks forward. Might be Jones out there, and then he hits up. They link the two brothers, finds Felix Jones. So he has the ball just forward to centre wing for Belpost Hill. Goes up again now and finds Vashurin. This is Lockie. No, not too much movement inside the 450. Merrick is down there. He wants to go that direction. He's going to go there. It was well held. Dixon was involved, and the ball was out of bounds. They're appealed for deliberate. Umpire isn't going to have any of that. So 8-4-52 to 4-5-29. We've gone 8.5 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
So Belpost Hill are in a situation now where I don't think they wanted to get any further out than this point.
Well, do you think, what do they have to be in touch with?
I reckon
3?
this is about as far as it wants to be, mate.
I think they need another one.
Yeah, they probably do. But if it goes the other way, they're in a fair bit of trouble. So the ball going back over the boundary line, another throw in to take place. It's only a 23-point margin, but still, that's got to be kicked forward unanswered.
I agree with you. One more to East Geelong, and it starts to sound like a bridge too far, doesn't it?
Can be.
But don't ever underestimate the Panthers.
The ball now thrown back in again. Ruck contest. Sobey again. He's been good in the ruck contest. Whitney bounces out of the contest. Got the handball away. Unfortunately, only went as far as Mulville. He tried to collect it. Lost possession of it. Picked up by O'Brien Henderson. Again, he's was sieged upon, and it's going to be a ball up centre half forward position for Bellpost Hill.
Jeez, I see some of these footy boots these blokes are wearing these days. They look like ballet shoes. They're that light. Hey?
Ball again in the air, ruck contest. Sobey again gets the ball out the back and again. I can't see the player involved there, but comes out towards McIntyre. He doesn't pick the ball up. Harmer does, goes with the handball out wide. Again, his ball has been intercepted, and there's some strong tackling out there.
Hold the
Umpire
ball.
said he's going to be pinged, so free kick going Bellpost Hill's way. So Whitney now straight on his feet and into the forward line he goes, low and flat into the forward pocket. Merrick couldn't take possession of it. Ball now towards the boundary line. And again, it's going to be taken over, and a throw-in will take place about 10 around from the behind post.
Again, the ball delivered into the forward line without any advantage whatsoever to Bellpost.
Merrick's 6'25", and he hit his feet, which is unlike Dill Whitney.
6'25".
Yeah, he's a big man.
He lost the pass for me.
So the ball now thrown back in again. Ruckman Sobey went at it, and hands and knees. He's trying to force it out. This time there's no chance of it coming out of there with the players around the contest, so umpire correctly comes in. We'll ball it up. Still in the forward end, Bellpost Hill. Only about 30 metres from goal. Barton looks like he's doing the ruck work down there this time. Again, Sobey's able to get hand on it towards O'Brien Henderson. Again, didn't even take a step before he was tackled. And another ball up will take place. So we've gone over 11 minutes in this P&R Foods third quarter. East Geelong are 8-4, Bellpost Hill 4-5.
So ball up now, comes out wide to Whitney, and then Sammy Lowe got the hand in and sees the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have another ball in 55 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal.
The fear here is it's all players everywhere. You can't get the ball. The fear here is East getting it out and come down and kicking one. That's the fear.
Sobey and Barton comes out to, it might have been Minari, it was. He goes up and under, coming back with the flight was Dixon. He couldn't trap the ball. Now it's a couple of players converge, and it's going to be another stoppage. Well, no, it's a free kick. Which way is it going to go? It's going to go the way of Bellpost Hill.
He paid holding. It looked to me like in the middle of the back, but it doesn't matter.
So
Free kick's
Bryans has the ball. He's going to send it inside 50. Here's Jones. Can he fly? But going back with the fly and taking a magnificent mark was Sobey. Getting back on the hole like all good ruckmen do. So he's going to go down the line. Not a bad kick. Godwin jumps over the top. There's a good pair of hands. It's going to come back for the Panthers here.
They have to score.
So
yeah,
Godwin has Jones on. He's not going to go in that direction. Very crowded forward 50 years. A lead. It's a beautiful kick. He does find Jones. So he's got a shot from 40 metres out to reduce this margin.
At least they get a clear shot at goal. That's the kick they've needed all this quarter. The kick to hit the bloke on, and even an advantage. That's the kick they needed. Now he's got to finish it off. But at least they're getting a clean shot at goal. All these other ones have been just clogged up, and because they're not to advantage.
Their first goal in the second half. Bring it back in this game. Very important kick in the context of this match. It looks all right. It's gun barrel straight. 8-4, 52 to 5-5, 35. 13 minutes gone in the third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Look, I know I sound like a broken record, but when Bellpost Hill or any side go in like that, at least you have a chance to score. They've been in 4 or 5 times with just kicks, haphazard kicks in the air, mainly to East Geelong defenders' advantage, and they just clog it up, belt it over, and it keeps coming back. This time, they went in the way they should, and they kicked a goal. And I think they've got to learn from that and keep your eyes on what you're going to do and hit a teammate. And that's exactly what he did. And it was still a pretty good kick for goal by the boy, too. Yep. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, definitely still has to be finished off. Ruck test ball comes out now, goes back towards centre wing, running on it. It was Ollis. He was tackled as he kicked the ball, but it got it into the half-forward line. Picked up there, Brooke goes by hand. Outside, he went to McLean. Ball goes inside. That was well collected by Caleb Izzard. Unfortunately, the handball wasn't to the same extreme, and it's been Flacavento winning a possession of the ball. So he goes out wide, goes out towards Yate. and he tried to take a one-handed mark, couldn't finish it off, goes out, then did that nicely to Vashurin. Little kick round the boundary line towards Chirkop, nicely positioned, and he brings the ball back inside now. So it was back inside this time to Vashurin, got the handball away to Harmer. He's got Vashurin running past, and we've got Lock and, well, both the brothers involved out there, but it's Harmer. They're going to end up with the ball. He runs from centre wing, kicks into the half-forward line.
Kick.
Jones up and a lead again, and he's taken the mark. This is the important one. Another kick going forward. O'Brien Henderson read that nicely. Got a spoil on the ball. Now went back and got the 1-2, and he kicks the ball down the ground. Could have been down the free kick, but the umpire was right on the spot, allowed it to go. Vashurin picks the ball up, goes outside, Norman. And he's got the ball now. He chips the ball further down the field. Jones up on a strong lead again. Can't take the mark this time. This time it's picked up by Lowe. Got the handball out the back. Went to Lee. Lee handball back inside. Minari, a little chip up over the top. And again, Osbrook is there. Takes the mark. So I'll imagine he would slow things down now from that half-back line.
He's actually surprised me today. He's one of the best on the
very
ground,
good,
Osbrook, if you ask me.
And
He
a
now
defensive forward role.
Takes possession of the ball and goes towards centre wing. Ball gets through the contest, out the hand. McNamara got the handball outside, but Lemper read that nicely. He runs now and carries, goes towards 50. Got the handball towards Smith. Has a player over the top that decided to go himself. Kicks long, back towards the goals. How will it bounce? It's going to run, but it is going to take a bit of a leg or a leap off break and go through for a minor score. Zach Smith 3-2 for the afternoon. East Geelong 8-5. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5, and we have gone almost 16 minutes. Peanut Foods third quarter.
So a quick kick out now into the path, and the mark is taken by Barton. He's on the back flank for Belpost Hill. He's going to kick it up towards centre wing. Might be a big fly. Here there is. The mark was dropped. Coming down, Wilson. He's got one of the better players for Belpost Hill today. Now Costello, he has the ball, loses it. They're going to go inside forward 50 here. Goes over the head of the player out there. It might be Lemper, it is. Lemper versus Yates. Yates does all right, handballs it into the path of Button. Now between halfback and centre wing. Handball over the top over Shure, and it's misplaced. This is not a good place to turn the ball over. Here's an opportunity. Crombie runs to 50, looks up. Smith! He's got it. He might wheel and go. No, it's going to go back. He's been on today, Zach Smith, and Ben Crombie.
Well, you don't have to be on much when you get a kick from Ben Crombie like that, because I would have marked that.
So he had missed 3 shots last week from here. He's wheels around from 40, and he wheeled around and it never looked like a chance. So 8-6 now for East Geelong, 53 to 5-5, 35, and that's Zach Smith's kick 3-3.
Really, really disappointing that. You really want to try and reward a bloke who's hit you right on the chest. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it.
Basically takes the ball now, kicks outside 50, goes towards Yates. Good hands this time, and he takes the marks, looks up, and he's got a player in the middle of the ground. He had both Chirkop and Norman, but he went to Chirkop. He plays on and chips up over the top. Geez, plenty of elevation on that.
High.
Actually went over the top of his teammate's head. Mark has been taken there by Fanning. He plays on and goes across the ground.
What's going on here?
He's brought it back for a ball up.
The other umpires decided it wasn't a mark. Is that right?
I'm not too sure there.
Well, he dropped it in the finish, but once the umpire pays a mark, that's it.
I would have thought so. Ruck contest comes out towards Chirkop. Over the top it goes to Brian. Brian chips the ball into their forward line. Goes outside. Looking for, he will find a teammate there. I think that might be Jones, is it? Slips over the boundary line.
Flacavento.
Flacavento, was it? So he slipped over the boundary line. Ball taken with him. So a throw in, which will suit Belpost Hill again. They're about 10 metres around from the behind post. Right-hand side of goal. Ball is thrown back in. Ball, front of the contest. Barton takes it out. Tried to put boots a ball. East Geelong through Crombie. He had a fresh air shot at it. He couldn't get clean connection. Ball again goes back in. I'll tell you what, they're going in pretty hard down there. Player dives on top of it.
Free, I think.
I think he is.
Yes, he is.
Doesn't pay to go after the ball sometimes.
No, it doesn't. And that's nothing to do with the umpires. That's just the
that's
rules
the rule.
of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rules of the game are wrong. The bloke who wants it the most gets penalised. It's not fair.
Ball comes out and it ends up in the hands of Fanning. So they come across the face of goal. They may go back to McLean in the goal square, but Fanning's not too sure what he wants to do here. He's going to kick along the boundary line. Mark coming up as Lowndes. So he is now Again, weighing up some options further down the field. It's a longer one this time. Goes towards the big fella, Ezard. Mark goes through his hands, comes out the back. Flacavento picks the ball up, got the handball out to Jones. Runs the arc, went to give it to Casey. Wasn't a great handball, but he's been able to get it back now. He's got a player at centre forward. Oh, he was
pushed him in the back.
What do you...
He had to. He had to stop him somehow.
He had players out the back if he wanted to, but the little nudge just didn't allow that kick to go through nicely. The ball goes now transferred across the ground into the hands of Quinn. Got players short in Bryans. He's got another one in Casey. That's the direction he goes in. So Casey now in some space. Flacavento makes his mark inside. True centre wing now. So he now decides to play on. He's going to go longer into their forward line. Mark is required. Players come up with the ball. Ball comes out of the contest again. Picked up as either Crombie or Monaghan. Might have been Monaghan this time. Player is tackled pretty well straight after the taking possession of it.
Down behind play.
It's Lockie Wilson.
Bit of a knock to the leg, I think. Slowly getting to his feet.
Need him up.
So again, ball ruck contest. Mulville down there against Merrick. Merrick takes the ball out of the contest. Got the handball forward to Jones. He had it and lost it. Outside to McLean now. Back inside Crombie. He had it. He got rid of it. Mulville picked it up and he was tackled. Umpire said it's not coming out. Let's have it back. Let's try something different with the ball up again. Still 25 out from goal. Ball in the air once more. Merrick taps the ball down. Goes back towards the boundary line. Cleared out by McIntyre. Costello over the top. And he's done enough to get the ball over the boundary line.
He's done enough almost from where I said to nearly give a free kick away, actually. I don't think his eye was on the ball when he pushed him out, but that's just footy these days. I saw one last night. I pushed him in the middle of the back and took the mark, and they called a mark. I can't believe what they do these days.
So right, well, just outside forward 50, I should say now. Merrick again front position. Ball comes out the back of that contest. It's going to be, I thought it was going to come out. It is. McIntyre got the ball out to O'Brien Henderson. Little boot forward, goes towards centre wing. Basely out the back. He went to the right spot, but Ezard was able to get his hand on it. Now this will be a run. Steele's going to take off. Takes one, takes two, takes three. Runs inside 50. They've nearly given up on him here. Handball's outside to Smith from the pocket. He has a look at him. Plenty of time here. Zach Smith loads up and kicks goal number 4. The ninth now for East Geelong. They are 9-6, 5-5, Bellpost Hill. And we have gone 22 minutes, P&R Foods, third quarter.
I said the main man early on would be Steele to see how he performed today. I reckon the game hinged around him. And I just can't believe the bloke of that size has got that much pace. And the blokes chasing him weren't getting any ground on him. He's very, very quick, but he's also level-headed. A lot of blokes running down the ground might think, like, I'm yelling out, kick the goal. I'll kick the goal of the day here, but there were better options on, and he was smart enough and quick enough to give him a perfect ride in. And all Smith's done is sit on the end of it and say, thank you very, very much. And that's part of his game too. But I think he's the one to watch Steele. I think he can break the game open.
So we are back in the middle now. Danger signs for Bellpost Hill. Out to a 25-point margin here. Late in the third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods. Back up again now. Ball tapping. It comes out to Lowndes. Trying to go with the ball. Couldn't quite now for Bellpost Hill. It was Jones. And then on the end of it was Lowndes. He got the handball back to Minari. Minari. Up and under kick from Monaghan in the path to Crombie. Crombie loses the one-on-one, then goes back and tackles. What an effort that was from Ben Crombie. Lost the marking contest. Went back. Made the effort. Made the tackle. Created the stoppage.
Tell you what, the pace on Lowndes got me too. Jones is pretty quick and he stayed with him and got in front of him.
So ball in true centre wing here. They're going to truck back to long throw in. Olsbrook in and under as always. Look at that. Look at the fight. That's how much he wants to win a final. Gets the kick out. Casey mops up for Bellpost Hill. Back with the flight low. Goes the fist. He could have gone the mark. It's in the path to Flacavento now. Can he gather it? He does. Handball. Goes back in now. It was Cherkop who was there. And then, oh,
Good
what a
mark.
O'Brien Henderson. So, everything going the way of East Geelong at the moment. Kick might be in front of Lemper. No, they're going to go on the one-on-one, the Ezard direction. Ezard evens the one-on-one. Now it's a foot race between him and Flacavento. He's just got to even this out. He gets a 2-on-1. He does really well, Ezard. He keeps running, has a ping. Not his best effort, but it might go out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, that's going to suit East Geelong because they're going to have a ball in from 20 metres out. Deep in their forward 50.
Just think Flacker had to do a little bit more than on the ground. He's probably got the pace to beat Big Ezard, but Ezard, he never gave up, did he? He stayed in it. Probably got the right bounce, but hey, you stay in the contest as a big bloke, it comes your way.
It would have been some type of goal if he kicked it. Stealing the ruck for the time being. He gets the ball down and then has a tackle and then comes out to Beardsall. Beardsall in and under trying to win the ball out. It's a scrappy. A goal here could nearly be the game, but what a tackle it was in defence. It was Casey.
And had that little bit of prior to. Good decision.
Experienced campaigners. Good tackle, Minari. He's going to go out wide, up towards the wing now. Gathered by America. He's got some pace on him for a ruckman.
He has.
And then kicked
Great
down
kick.
the line. True centre wing. Good football here from Belmont.
Brilliant football from the big fella.
Flacavento down to Costello. Costello gets through his hands there. Dixon gathers the ball and he's tackled instantaneously. And we'll have a stoppage. 55 metres out for the Belpost Hill goal. 9-6-60. East Geelong leading Belpost Hill 5-5-35. We've gone 25 and a half minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
A lot of talent, the big fella.
Yeah, no, ball on the half-forward line. It's picked out of there, a ruck contest. The umpire said there's been an infringement. It's going to go to Merrick. And I won't say he's outside range because they've been getting him from there today.
Oh, geez, that's a long way out, Smithy.
It is.
It's a long way out.
He showed some pretty good skills, but again, whether this is very testing material for him, we'll soon find out. Don't think he's too confident. He's
Saying
looking
the
for some
touch
option,
beyond
though.
him.
Runs, carries, kicks inside. Mark required, but the other one standing there.
You're going to go that little kick. You've got to have somebody there.
Vissidon was the player that read that off the boot, and he was standing in the right spot and takes the mark, relieves some pressure. Wanted to come club room side. He's still going to come this way, but kick is going to go sideways. Has a teammate out there. I reckon that might be Lee in the back pocket. He's going to go over the top once again, back to Vissidon, and he again doesn't let him down, takes the mark. So another chip further afield. Semi-low comes up this time, and he's got possession of the ball just outside 50.
He took a couple of steps over the mark, Caleb Bosley.
So umpire now asking him to come back. So this will take some pressure off East Geelong.
Hasn't his impact been nullified today by Osbrook?
Well, it has, yeah.
So semi-low now, ball now on centre wing. He's asking for some options. I don't think he's got too many of them, so he decides to come.
He's kicking it to me.
I think he's come out a little bit too wide, although
That's
just
out
inside
the
the field of play.
That's out in the full.
I don't know whether it was then.
Gee,
Ben Crombie did well.
looked like out in the full to me.
So
Only by a foot and a half, though.
throw in will take place. Sobey and Merrick in that ruck contest. Sobey gets the ball out the back. McIntyre slipped over. It was picked up by Lowe. Got the handball further afield. Went out to Minari. He looks up on the left boot. Goes into their forward line. Smith on a lead. Again, protected the space. Had it and then lost it. And ball now ends up in the hands of Quinn. Quinn comes club room side of the ground. Goes looking for Vashurin. Needs to take the mark. Made the contest. Ball comes down. Jones picked the ball up. Tried to get round Ollis, did so, got the handball further afield. Merrick, he also wants the handball over the top to Godwin. Godwin looks up, went inside. That was went towards Whitney, put him under a bit of pressure, but he's able to get the ball back into the hands of Godwin. Did some nice follow-up work. Now tips the ball into towards centre half forward. Gets out the back. Numbers there with East Geelong. Dixon picks the ball up outside the Visitton by hand. Now outside, Fanning in space takes a mark and slows things down. Chips the ball straight up the ground. Monaghan in space by himself. As a siren has sounded to end the third quarter, which sees East Geelong going out at 9-6-60. Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Quarter went only 28 minutes there. Goal kickers to this stage, Zach Smith with 4. All others, 1 goal each is Beardsall, Lowe, Steele, Osbrook and Lowndes. And Belpost Hill, they're 5. 3 to Wilson, 1 to Flacavento and 1 to Felix Jones. So we'll take a short break. Final quarter action is not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. to Belpost Hill, 5 goals, 5. Belpost Hill with all of it to do in this last quarter. They need to kick 5 pretty much unanswered goals. They need to obviously do that. I would think, Grub, as I said, the chances are certainly running out. And I suppose with the chance of playing finals football, you're still going to have that self-belief. And as I said, they have kicked 8 here only a week or so ago, so they know they can do it. Can they do it or not?
The way the game's going, no. They're going to have to pull something out of the fire, because otherwise they're just going to kick maybe a couple of goals and get beat by 2 or 3. They've got to throw caution to the wind. We need a bit more out of Dill Whitney. We need a bit more out of Yates. A few other players. The kids are playing all right. We need a bit of Cozzy magic, of course, up forward. And not saying that they haven't been playing that well, but to actually get up and win this game, I think it's going to rest on their players that have been here, done that, don't panic, and have got a bit of experience about them. But they've got to kick 5. How many they kicked for the game now?
5.
They've kicked 5. So they've got to kick in the last quarter what they've kicked for the whole game. And usually when that happens, they fall short. But don't forget East. East have played reasonably well. They can play better too, but a couple of goals early will put it all to bed. And I reckon they've played pretty well at both ends of the ground today, East. I'm not sure Belpost here can do it. Something has to change for them to be able to get up and win this game.
Basically in the middle as well.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Something out of the box has got to happen. Otherwise, they just fall short. There's no doubt about that. So something's got to happen.
Allsbrook straight to him as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure whether that's a great move.
Well, he's done a pretty good job on him all day.
Yeah, but not in the middle. I don't know about his pace. You want to be careful he doesn't get beat for pace here. And it's not just the bloke he's playing on when you're in the middle. It's everybody in there. If Belpost will get it, you've got to have blokes that can chase him down.
So we're 30 minutes away.
Mind you, he's played a terrific game.
Yes.
This is the best game I've seen him play. Don't worry about that. Right when it counts, too.
30 minutes away from finding out who takes on North Geelong in next week's grand final.
Geez, in that third quarter, I thought you said North were playing out here today.
Yeah, no, I did mention North Geelong.
Thanks for the eggs, too, by the way.
That's all right.
He's put them in a box. You might as well just give me the chook.
Well, I probably should. I'll give you a couple if you want. Ball's run up in the middle of the ground. Sobey wins a tap out, but it's straight in the hands of Godwin. On the right boot, he goes into their half-forward line. Ball out the back, not good spoil from behind there. Running onto was Crombie. Got the handball back to Fanning. Handball's outside to McLean. And from the half-back line, he dribbles the ball towards centre wing. Who leads in the race of the ball? Lemper ran past it. Vishurin was there. He's got support there by Merrick. Got the handball outside. And this is Vishurin. This is Locke, I think, out there. He picks the ball up, goes into their half-forward line. Again, Fanning, fist in there, able to get the ball over the boundary line. So that's a good start for East Geelong.
Let me tell you one thing that I forgot to mention in the summary. The East Geelong backline today have been fantastic. They've been cohesive, had blokes running past, one bloke spoils, then the next bloke. Their backline has been fantastic till now. And if that stands up, then Belpost still can't win.
A ball about to be thrown back in by the umpire, and again, far side of the ground. It's comes in, Merrick front position this time, taps it forward. Vishurin trying to pick the ball up, couldn't do so. Yates is there, steams his way through, gets boot the ball, had plenty of time to do so though. Into the hands now of Mulville. Austin goes outside by hand to Osbrook. He finds Sam Lowe in space by himself in the half-back line. So again, he will just look at his options further afield. Little short kick. And the mark has been taken out there by McIntyre. Must have been just inside the field of play.
No out in the fulls out there today much.
No, that wind's just not grabbing the ball like it used to.
Or they've learnt their lesson.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
no wind.
Lacavento, good spoil from behind, brings the ball back further than centre wing. Vishurin picks the ball up, handballs back inside. That was a clever handball, actually. Gave it back to Yates, put himself under pressure by that tackle. McIntyre in. Strong tackle. Umpire says, let's throw it back in.
Run into a brick wall.
He did. Johnny McIntyre had set himself for that tackle there. So again, ball to be thrown back in. Ruckman, Sobey did that nicely, palmed the ball down as far as Godwin. Tried to get through the contest, was able to, had plenty of time again to get through the contest, ends up in the hands of Lowe. He kicks across the ground, kick will have to be good, and it was. Mulville takes it, continues to run. Norman right behind him, but he looks up, goes into their forward line. Smith out in the lead, had 1-2, goes at it. Mulville came in and tried to take it out of his hand. Ben got the handball back to Smith, off a step, goes long and high, back towards the goal square. Underneath the ball, McNamara takes his time. Good work there from Flacabendo to just hold the opposition out, and he takes the mark and goes to the back pocket. Bashurin here kicks the ball around the boundary line. That's again another nicely weighted kick into the hands of Merrick. He plays on, looks back into the middle of the ground. Yates had the spoil from behind. Was interfered with, said the umpire.
Over the shoulder.
Got the ball outside, went back to lock for Shurin on the centre wing. So he decides now to go quickly. Godwin has made good movement down the ground. Can't take the mark. Got there, but just didn't finish it off. Picked up by Lowe and kicks the ball back towards Vashurin. Merrick, both players are there. Brings the ball down towards ground. Osbrook's there. Oh, that was really a throw.
That's a throw, it is.
It's picked up out there by Benny Mulville. He kicks into the forward line. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. 3 minutes gone, final quarter. Scores unchanged. 9-6 East Geelong, 5-5 Bellpost Hill.
I'm going to change these glasses. Surely that's a throw.
Professional tap there. So, just between centre wing and half forward here for East Geelong. Melville with the big double fister in the path of Yates and Alsbrook. Comes through now inside forward 50. Here's an opportunity. Beardsall running onto it. He gets away from his opponent. Handball back inside, although they look like to be set here. Belpo still the 1-2 back inboard. I think it was Cherkov. He did really well. And then comes back to Yates. He's getting involved in this last quarter.
Bowled him.
Actually, and then it was Tammy Quinn, and then they're inside forward 50. Here's Zach Smith. He's got an opportunity. He's taken the mark. So it was all one way. They couldn't get it out of there. A quick kick forward, and here's an opportunity for Zach Smith to get his 5th goal. And I'm going to say it put East Geelong into a grand final. The check side kick from Zach Smith. It's picture perfect. 10-6. 66 now. And they are on their way, East Geelong. We have had 5 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, I'm not quite giving away yet. I'm going to give him another 5 or 10 minutes. Excuse me, but that's modern football. Bellpost Hill won the ball and all the defenders went on the attack. But when you lose it, it goes back and there's someone sitting there. But I tell you what, if there's one bloke in the league that I wouldn't leave sitting on his own, and that's Zach Smith. And that's exactly what they did, and it's come a gutser for him.
So we are back in the middle now. Sobey up, gets it to McIntyre. They're starting to win the ball everywhere here. Good mark, though, going back with a flight. Bryans coming across. He's going to go straight up the guts. In the path of Barton, he can't quite take the mark. His player did well on him. It was Lee, then got it out to Lowe. The milestone man, he's just going to take his time. And look at the composure on that to find McIntyre in the middle of the ground. They're all chaining up now to McLean. McLean out wide towards half forward. This player, Minari's going to beat 3. He's just got to even the contest out. He can't quite. He still goes again, Minari. Now Jones gathers the ball for Bellpost Hill. He takes a bounce, takes another bounce, then goes out to Harmer. Harmer's going to jump over Dixon here. He does now. Harmer's going to beat 3. I'm sure McIntyre's going to see it over the boundary line, and he does.
Wasn't a great kick to a bloke about 5'9" or 5'7", really. It was a terrible kick.
So
Bellarine Grand Final, it's Amateurs 72, Anglesey 66.
That'll be all over now, I reckon.
So,
come from behind the Amos.
Ball
how many's Mitch Day kicked?
in front of us in the commentary position. Ball's back in. Allsbrook, what a game he's played. He's what a coach's game. Gets down in the path at Crombie. He's going to win the ball, and then it's a good tackle from Flacavento. How's the umpire going to see it? He's going to say, give it to me.
No pride, good decision.
He's played a good game as well. I've liked Ben Crombie in the middle today. We asked for it.
Sammy Lloyd 3, Mitch Day 1.
Up now. Rick over the top. What a good tap that was in the path of his teammate in Cherkop. Cherkop in the centre of the ground to Casey. Casey, handball. Oh, they're losing it here a little bit. Sammy Lowe, good handball to McIntyre. McIntyre takes his time and flies bowlers. Handball back. Now the big ruckman, Sobey. He's got to go down the line. Crombie in a one-on-one. He never loses them to Alsbrook. Game he's played. He just stands up. He just keeps going. Handball along this, if it stays in, Beardsall gather it and kick inside the forward 50. He does. Now it's trouble because Zach Smith's inside. If he can get free from his opponent, they jump on the Bellpost Hill defenders, and it's going to be a stoppage. 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal. 10:6:66 to 5:35. East Geelong leading 7.5 minutes gone. Last quarter brought to you off Morris Finance.
So ball thrown up in that forward position, taken out there. Mulville gets the haul out toward Osbrook.
Oh,
It was probably a little bit of a push in the back,
right in the middle of the back.
but umpire was standing pretty close to it. He didn't see it. He's going to have another ball up, so not too far from the last ball up. Again, Mulville down there doing the work. Yates is with him. Yates out of the contest. Can't take clean possession. There's a free kick being given. It'll go to Jack Yates.
Give him one back.
Yeah. So he's got the ball, and he chips the ball straight down the ground to Chirkop. In space, but the kick only went about 10 or 15 metres. Another tip up over the top goes towards Harmer. Good spoil from Dixon from behind. Picked up by Crombie. Through the contest he goes into their forward line. This could nearly end it here. Lemper has taken the mark, and he is going to go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon. And the 11th goal for East Geelong.
Doesn't miss many either, Lemper. Pretty good kick.
If it's not beyond reach, it definitely will be after this kick. So Ryan Lemper now, the kick from, I reckon, about 35 metres, 45-degree angle. And again, we sit behind the ball here. That's started in the wrong spot. It's going to be pushed across the face and through for a minor score.
Well, he kicked it straight.
Yeah, straight to the points. 10-7 now, East Geelong. 5-5 Bell Post Hill. Almost 9 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
The other thing they've let go in the finals is the sling tackle. They seem to be playing it during the year, but they've just let it go in the finals, haven't they?
We had one earlier today.
Yeah, but there's been four or five.
yeah, right,
They
yeah.
used to pay during the year. They paid them every time.
Crombie's a shocker for it. He always seems to sling his opponent around. I don't know if it's because he's at lesser size, but
Well, that's
Godwin,
how young little blokes tackle.
yeah, so
I can tell you now.
Godwin straight up the guts now. It's a good-looking kick and finds his teammate in McNamara. I haven't called his name too many times today. He goes in the path of Jones, the two number 4s, him and Monahan out wide. It's an even contest. Now running back is Yates. If he can gather the ball, he can't. Monahan goes in and under. It's a good tackle from Yates. How's the umpire going to see this? Ball stays in the field of play. They did that really well. Then I think it was Mulville who came through. Austin got tackled as he gathered the ball, so we'll have another stoppage. So ball up just between centre wing and half forward for Bell Post Hill. Ball down now. Opportunity. This is where they've been killing him through the middle of the ground. The kick's up in the path of Steele. He's got good hands. He can't take it, but coming through is an opportunity. It might have been Lowndes in the path of Smith. Yes, he's got this one. And it's a tough shot from there. He might wheel and go. He knows he doesn't have the distance. He's going to kick. It's not a bad-looking kick to Ezard.
Free kick.
It's going to be front-on contact. Yes. It's going to be a free kick to Ezard in the goal square.
Now that's the end of it.
That's going to put a nail in the coffin. Good work from Smith to wheel and go, knowing he didn't have the distance in him. Saw Ezard tracking back to goal, and it was nearly impossible for Flackavento to do anything about that with a kick so well directed as it was. So Ezard will kick the goal.
Only just, I think.
And East Geelong are heading to the big dance. 11-6, 72 to 5-5-35. We've gone 11 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
They've been able to break the lines, haven't they, from the half-back flank? They didn't get the ball out of the centre, but they broke the lines from the half-back flank. At times they have got out of the centre. It's been a reasonably complete... They haven't been fantastic, East, but they've been good. And they've just done the things that you have to do right, they've done right.
Yes, they've just done that little bit better, as you said, Grub, and that's probably something they weren't doing early in the season. Or in the...
Well, at times.
Yeah.
At times. You would just hope, as an East supporter, that they will do that next week.
They've gone away from that little chipping game they did play a bit too. So, anyway, the ball is now back in the middle of the ground. Ruckman go at it again, and the ball is now going to come out. Sobey did that nicely, got the handball over the top, went towards Whitney, got a bad bounce. Sobey collected the ball. Actually, didn't collect the ball, knocked it further afield, picked up Beardsley into the forward line once again. Smith out in front. Now he's got his confidence up. That was a great pair of hands. Sammy Quinn couldn't do too much more there. He would work pretty hard. Zach Smith with 5 can go back and kick 6 for the afternoon. Kick of only about 30 metres. So Zach Smith will have kicked Bell Post Hill score if he gets this through.
How many points he kicked?
3.
Well, that's not their score.
Well, more than their score. steps in, kicks that goal. Umpire says that is okay. He has 6 for the afternoon. The 12th now for East Geelong. They are 12-7. Belpost Hill are on 5 goals, 5, and we gone almost 12 and a half minutes. Morris Finance, final quarter scoreboard.
Well, they've tried pretty hard, Belpost, but they just haven't been able to play the footy that they've played over the last few weeks. And I think that's because of East Geelong. East Geelong pressure today has been really, really good. But as I said it just after three-quarter time, their back line has been the best I've seen them perform together. It's been fantastic. None of them are getting one of my votes, but they've been fantastic.
So we are back in the middle of the ground now at St Albans Park. Ball is up. The two chop-out ruckmans in Barton and Mulville go at it. Yates is tackled. He got a kick away to Barton. Barton handball forward, trying to find his teammate in Sherkop on his hammer was McLean. He gets the ball forward now. This could be an opportunity for Belpost to late. Comes through, couldn't gather the ball for East Geelong's Fanning, and then there's going to be a stoppage 45 metres out from the Belpost Hill goal.
They just seem to swarm. If the ball hits the ground, one East Geelong bloke's there, he pushes it out, then there's another one. They all go and help.
So we're up again here. Mulville gets it down. Now's an opportunity. Belpost still can get it through. Might be Flaccavento. Snaps back. Is it going to come back enough? It doesn't. So just a minor score. 12-11-79. 5-6-36 now. 13. Nearly 14 minutes gone on the Morris Finance fourth quarter scoreboard. And just have to go gather that football from over the fence. So ball in hand now of the East Geelong player. Now to fullback. Majority of the players on this side, which is rare to see. Ollis has the ball now. Defensive 50 for East Geelong. He points down the line, so it's going to be up to you, Caleb. You're on the path. There's that. He's going to jump over Timmy Barton here. He does. Brings the ball to ground. McIntyre. Oh, that was very, very well done from Barton to wrap the ball up. So in front of us in the broadcast position here, have another stoppage. What a game McIntyre's played today. Again here, Mulville and Barton. Barton, get the ball down. Just didn't bounce for Yates. It's been one of those days for him. We'll have another stoppage. So 12-7, 79, 5-6-36. We've gone 15 minutes this last quarter, brought to you Morris Finance.
Right contest, just in front of where we sit here. Barton just taps the ball forward. Beardsall take clean possession. The ball ends up in the hands of McIntyre, who clears from the contest. Goes back towards centre wing. Crombie didn't take the mark. Bryans had it. There's a free kick being given. It's going back to Belpost Hill, and I didn't see who that was for or why. Going to Bryans. So he can now chip the ball forward. Coming up at the ball is Jones.
He paid it late, so we've already, the eyes have left it, Smithy, I think.
So Jones now, his kick into the forward line. Merrick comes up at the ball, goes through the contest, picked up Bollis, got the handball outside. Not too sure he had some eyes there, but he picked up by McNamara, goes back towards the goals. Dixon in the right spot, gets a handball over the top. O'Brien, Henderson, little chip around the boundary line, finds McLean. So that's that link up
down
again.
There, Smithy.
Yep.
They have.
Yep.
They really have.
Yeah, no, they've been linking up very nicely from their grub. Maybe we can give them one vote for the back six.
We might do too, but I reckon Peter Ricardo will be watching this saying, right, that's something we've got to look at next week.
So the ball now is a little bit high going out towards centre wing. Good mark. Izzard takes the one grab, now looks back and sees a player running through the middle of the ground, uses that player. It's Lowndes. And again, just forward of the middle of the ground. Oh, he's got a player out the back by himself. Lemper will take the mark, and he can go back and look at his second goal of the afternoon. No, first goal, because he missed the last one, didn't he?
He missed the last one, yeah.
Yes, so it'll be his first for the afternoon.
After you said he was a good kick and everything. Well, hang on. That might have been me.
I can definitely play the tape back of that one.
Might have been me, actually. Now I remember that.
Well, he's had a shot at it from his head, Grub. He knows where to kick the ball this time.
Well,
left-hand post. A little bit of drift, the ball coming across. So Ryan Lemper comes in, looking at the 13th goal for East Geelong, kicks that goal. That is a little bit better. Straight through the umpire, or over the umpire's head. He gets his first and the 13th now for East Geelong. They are 13-7. Belpost Hill are 5-6. And we are looking at 17 minutes. Morris Finance, final quarter scoreboard.
Where's Benny Crombie going? I'd be
just having a conversation with the man.
I don't know. The game's over. although they've had a rest during the finals, but I think now is in the junk time. What do? Do you take a bloke off, give him a spell? Maybe a Johnny McIntyre who's
Little
coming
juice.
back, who's been injured through
Well,
the
as
year.
I said, they've taken Mulville off, so that's probably not a bad move because he's
Yeah.
had the hamstring issues.
I think-
Steele.
I think I'd be grabbing Johnny McIntyre and saying, "Come on, let's go."
Crombie was just drinking pickle juice. That's what he was doing over there.
Cramping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're back in the middle now. Barton and Sobey comes out. Basically hasn't had much of an impact on the game today. Comes out Monahan trying to trap the ball, and he does on Jones. Now Cherkop's going to send the ball forward for Balpo still. Cozzy might go up here. He does. Can't quite impact it. Sammy Lowe, handball, not his best. Comes back now. Might have been Shurin involved, then Harmer. They're going to draw it back in the path of it's Wilson. He can gather the ball. He can get it back to Harmer. They've gone to each other 2-3 times. And then Harmer tries to throw it on his boot and kicks it out of bounds.
They've got to game one, and the back line is still going 150,000 miles an hour. I like Cherkup. I think he's been tried really, really hard most of the day.
Definitely one of the best for the Panthers. Ball back in now. Oh, here it is. The man on cue kicks, and he's kicked it out of bounds for the full. Good effort from Cherkop, though. So, it's going to go to McIntyre. He's had a very good day at the office. He's going to go, he takes on the player, breaks Harmer's ankles, then goes to Ezard. Why wouldn't you? Coming back with the flight was Minari. He lost it. Then Ezard grabbed it and was tackled straight away. So we'll have a stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position. I've liked Ezard's game as well, Grub. Thought he's really lifted today.
On.
Gotcha. So Oldsbrook comes through in and under. Going to create the stoppage. The umpire's not going to pin him here. No, he's not. So ball in between, just on the forward flank for Belpost Hill here. And we're up again now. Sobey and Barton. McIntyre roving the stoppage. Could have been high contact. Umpire says play on Barton. Throws it on the boot inside the forward 50 of Belpost Hill now. And how good have they been? There's Tim Lee. He wouldn't have had too many disposals today, but he's kept his man quiet pretty much all day.
He's been very, very solid. Are we watching Cozzy play his last game, Smithy?
Would be one of the questions you'd probably think that we would. He's
been terrific for them.
Yep.
I think you'll find Dill Whitney won't play all year. He might be...
Because he might just do a Van Teller, mate, and have a bit of a run around the twos just
Maybe.
on a Saturday afternoon. You
Maybe.
know.
Back in now. Allsbrook turns into trouble. Somehow got the handball out to Crombie. Crombie goes down the line. Great mark from Flacavento. He gives the handball back to Vashurin. Vashurin inside the forward 50, cutting it off beautifully, though.
He's been
It was
terrific
Fanning.
too, Fanning.
So
Don't worry
now they're
about
going
that.
to go down the line and find a teammate. It is Mulville. Austin on this occasion, he has the ball just in between halfback and centre wing. Wasn't his best kick, but Lempert made it look all right. So he has the ball just near centre wing now. He's going to kick this one up towards the half forward flank. Ezard had to compete with two, and he did well because he brought the ball to ground and even the contest. So 13-7, 85, 5-6, 36. We have gone 20 and a half minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
You got your votes done, Dale?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Wow.
Done mine already.
So have I.
So ball now from the ruck contest again, leading over the tops. Sobey gets the ball back to the front of the contest, but it's an infringement there, and it's going to go Belpost Hill way by McNamara. Will be the recipient. No, it wasn't, or it must have been. I'm not too sure whether he handballed that, but it goes back to Whitney around the boundary line. Yates, and he has taken the mark just defensive side of centre wing, in front of the scoreboard at St Albans. Running player through the middle is Harmer. Looks like he's going to go in that direction too. The kick is going to be out the back, and Fanning had possession of it. Harmer actually laid the tackle.
No,
There's a free kick
in
being
the air.
given prior to it.
A push in the air, which he staged a little bit.
So Wilson is going to be receiving that free kick, and he's going to drive the ball long into their forward line. Again, Mark, not even attempted there by the defence, so they just tapped the ball, keeps it going around the corner, ends up in the hands of Costello, and he will get his first of the afternoon, and that will be Belpost Hill 6. They are 6-6, 13-7 to East Geelong, and we have gone 22 minutes, Morris Finance. Final quarter scoreboard.
It might be the last goal we see Cozzy kick in the seniors, but he's been a great player and a consolation goal towards the end, but they've been really, really good, East. I thought they were just reasonable for the first half, but their second half's been terrific. And I don't know. Have you got any Belpost Hill players in your votes?
No.
Me either. I'll be gone by the time we give the votes, but I'm giving Sammy Lowe one. I don't care what you say.
You can give him one.
Well, I don't know. I'm giving Zach Smith one as well
Oh,
for 6 goals. But McIntyre's my best player. I think he's been fantastic.
don't think we can argue with that, Grub.
But I want to fit someone in the back line, probably a Fanning or someone like that.
Tim Lee.
Well, I didn't put McIntyre in my votes.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh,
Jeez.
He's
we're
been
up,
good.
We're
Why
up
do I bother?
again here. Ball over the top of Allsbrook's head. It comes out to Yates. He taps the ball forward. It's him versus Lowe now. Can Sammy Lowe even this contest now? Look at the numbers. It's going to be a free kick to Yates, though. So he's 50.
He doesn't want them
out
free
from
kicks now.
goal.
He wanted them earlier.
He's going to go have a shot from 50. Going the journey. He's kicked the goal. So a late consolation prize for the Whitley medalist. 13-7-85. 7-6. 48. We have gone 23 minutes this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
All too little, all too late, you would say. But it just shows you the mentality of Belpost Hill that we've seen from probably, 2010 till now. They don't give up.
Yep.
They keep going. They keep trying no matter what the situation of the game. It's obviously well lost now, but at least they can show their supporters that they fight down to the wire and they have a go. And that's all you can ask in local footy. Have a go. And, all right, they haven't won today. They're out, but they've had a dead set go. And I'm sick of talking. Actually, I'm going home.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Ball comes out of there. Churcott picks the ball up from the middle of the ground. He looks up, goes to the half-back line. Visserton read that off the boot very nicely, and he takes the mark. So Visserton now is going to chip the ball short, goes into the hands of Ollis. Ollis outside, Beardsall. And he now takes a mark defensive side of centre wing. So Beardsall, again, just has very few options short. Kicks the ball longer down the boundary line and going across. McNamara takes the mark. Read that nicely off the boot again. So he transfers the play back inside. A dangerous kick. Churcott got the interference, or not. The ball was taken out of his hands there by Ollis. Out the back he goes towards McIntyre once again. McIntyre chips up over the top, and Big Ezard comes up at the ball and takes the mark. A little chip further down the field. He wants to go back towards McIntyre, and that's what he's going to do now. And he ends up with the ball once again in his hand. He goes into their forward line. Great kick towards Sammy Lowe, and he takes the mark just outside forward 50, I would think. And Sammy Lowe is just going to amble his way back. Look at things further up the field.
Could he kick his second in his 100th game, Smithy? You have to kick at 55. He's going back with authority. Give him a chance, Smithy?
No. Now I've said that, you watch him. He'll drive the ball straight through the middle, Sammy Lowe. So he steps in now. He's going to get, and he's going to kick, I reckon, from right on 50. I don't think he's got the accuracy, or he's got the distance, but not the accuracy through for a minor score. So it is now 13-8 for East Geelong, 7-6 to Belpost Hill. You're giving McIntyre 3. He's not listening.
So, as we lose Grubby, he has to attend an event early, so he leaves, but we have a tackle in the middle of the ground. It was kicked out by Belpost Hill, and East Geelong created the stoppage. So 60 metres out from East Geelong goal, have the ball up about 60 metres near the centre of the ground. Ball up again now. McIntyre, handball over the top. Now to Beardsall. Beardsall, darting kick. Zach Smith has been unstoppable today. Oh, and they're gonna give the free kick against him. That was just pure forward craft. Anyway, play on. Sam Quinn now kicks long down the line. Now, it's the exact same thing that just happened.
There's a holding infringement.
So it must go to... they've given it the other way now. So Yates has the ball on the half-back flank. Zach Smith can see himself hard done by. They didn't have his 7th goal on that occasion. Now, hops out the side to Dixon. He's played a pretty good game. Over the top now to Lowndes. Lowndes inboard. Here they go again, East Geelong. Down the line in the path to Steele. Steele. Ball hits the deck. This is where Smith can be dangerous. Quinn tracking back. Steele keeps his feet. Handball inside. They'll work something out here. The ball ends up with Mulville. Now a kick from the boundary.
Here's a post.
Oh,
Top of
it
the
would have
post.
been the Connectel goal today. 39. 87 to 7-6-48. We've got 27 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you on Morris Finance.
Barton with the ball now, decides to go long, has Homer at the back, and he didn't take the mark. He's got plenty of time to go back and collect it. Steps around the oncoming player, goes into their forward line towards Costello with Lee. Ball gets past them both, runs back towards the boundary line. Costello tried to trap it and keep it in the field of play. Unfortunately, it has gone over, and we will have a ball in which will take place.
As we are joined by Alex Tigani in the commentary box. Thanks for joining us, Alex.
No worries, and thanks for all the hard work you guys have put in right from our practice match at Bannockburn, and now after this, you guys have got 4 quarters of footy to go.
That's what we were all looking forward to, and I bet you some of these players are as well. But it's in their forward half at the moment. Belpo still Cherkov tackled, can't get the ball out, and a ball up game will take place out there. Right on forward 50. Boundary road side of the ground, and the ball is now taken away from there. Bearsall didn't get a clean kick at it, picked up by Merrick. Campbell's back inside to Jones. He can run, look at the goals. Kick wasn't great, but it's going to land into somewhere near the goal square. Fanning did nicely and forces it through for a minor score. So it is now 7-7. Belpost Hill, 13-9 to East Geelong. 28 and a half minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
It won't be long to go, and as Grubby said, how well have those back six done today for East Geelong? From the wall down there. So, kick out from fullback was from Vicentin. Finds Dixon in the back pocket. He kicks up now. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. O'Brien Henderson read it really well on the back flank now. So, he looks up, happy to go as the final siren goes, and East Geelong are into the grand final. It's been a long wait. 13-9-87. They beat Belpo still 7-7-49. We went 29 minutes that last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance. And they will meet North Geelong in the grand final next Saturday at St Albans Park.
Goal kickers for the day. Zach Smith with 6, 1 each to Beardsall, Lowe, Ezard, Steele, Ozelbrook, Lemper, Lowndes. And for Belpost Hill, Wilson with 3, and I think he got them all in the first quarter, in the first very early in the game. And 1 each to Flaccavento, Jones, Yates, and Costello. We'll take a short break, come back, and we won't have Grubby going through this game this afternoon. We'll give us some votes and try and finalise things towards our grand final next week, which has already been mentioned. East Geelong now earn the right to go back and take on North Geelong in that game. So we're going to take a short break, as we said. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. As we said, now East Geelong take their first step towards a premiership, and they get a chance to take on North Geelong next week in the grand final. They've earned that right today, I think, by playing probably more continuous and consistent football over the 4 quarters. Bell Post Hill just weren't able to get their normal free-flowing game in check today, and they were well held up. As I said, the back 6 of East Geelong as a group today was probably as good a defensive unit as we've seen for most of the year, and that's gone a long way, I think, in preventing Bell Post Hill in scoring the goals they require to get themselves anywhere close to East Geelong. As I said, Zach Smith up forward, kicked 6 goals, 3 for the afternoon, probably with a little bit of better delivery in forward. He may have ended up with a few more goals, but there's a lot of times where he had to get down and the half volley, I suppose, and try and pick balls up. So if they can pick that up next week and Zach Smith continue to present, it definitely holds them in good stead. We saw Steele take some good marks, and his pace was really evident out on the far side of the ground. And they just played a bit more of a better game this afternoon, so I think they'd be pretty happy out there, Alex.
I'll tell you something about Zach Smith. So last year, I looked at the team of the year, and there was one I disagreed with. I thought we should have put Jack Yates in, Charlie Donahue out. Now, for the last 48 hours, the one disagreement I had was, I reckon Zach Smith out, we put Herschel Carr in. But guess what, Dale and Archie? After today, I take that statement back. Zach Smith is a team of the year forward. How explosive was he? That was unbelievable.
Yeah, look, as I said, he's always been a good protector of space, as I said, but today when he got his confidence up, and I said the first kick he got for goal, it was a snap around the corner. It's probably better for him to do that because he didn't have to think about it, didn't have to go back, think I've got to kick a goal, because the previous weeks he really struggled to kick goals. So instinct played a fair bit in his part in getting that first goal, but that then also then says, all right, I've done that just by not thinking about it. I can go back and I can just kick goals for the rest of the day. Again, as I said, with some better forward entrances, I think he may have kicked a few more today. And when you look at it, Sammy Quinn did a fairly good job, I thought, in his defensive role. He got his fist to a lot of balls that maybe other backmen didn't get to. So you've got to give credit where it's due there also. But like I said, he played a pretty important part, I think. As I said, if you can get a key forward kicking 6 goals in your forward half, it's definitely going to take you a long way towards winning a game of football.
Absolutely. Now, to the East Geelong supporters, you can have that sigh of relief now. All right, the job isn't over. We know that. But, Dale, I'm going to be a bit nostalgic. I compare the last couple of years with East Geelong to when I used to kick the footy in the backyard, listen to you, Eric and Laurie on the radio, and every year Bell Post Hill would get a little closer, and then something would happen. It would be a semi-final loss when Jason Bibb would, play for North Geelong, and then they did enough to make another prelim, and then they make the 08 grand final, but they weren't good enough to take on Glenn Wallace's Thompson, and then 09, and it was Scrubble-Axe East. East Geelong's narrative of the last few years really reminds me of that Bell Post Hill side of the late 2000s. Now, that's not to say East Geelong, starting this coming Saturday, start a run where they're going to play in 10 grand finals in a row. We'll go baby steps right now. But I'm so happy for Ned Osselbrook. I walked into the rooms after the loss to North Geelong last week, and he just went to every single player, looked them in the eye and said, we start again. We start again, we start again. But as great as positive reinforcement is as a senior coach, I'm not sure if that was your style or not across your different senior coaching tenures, I reckon even Ned's just let out this sigh of relief when that final siren went. And as for the East Geelong supporters, of course, Grubby Metz mentioned Scroucher before the game. He's been listening to you guys from his recovery bed, and I'm sure he'd be just smiling as much as he possibly can be.
Should be a big pick-up for old Scrunch, so let's hope, as I said, he's up and about for next week. As I said, I'm not too sure what it was some treatment he was in there getting. Let's hope he can get himself out easily front up here next week, and if even just for the day visit, would be nice for him to have that chance to come and watch East Geelong play in a grand final. As I said, if they can win one, that would be even better for them. But as I said, their opponents, North Geelong, have done not too much wrong during the course of the season. So I think they'll know that they've still got a fairly big battle to take up, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Peter Riccardi works through how the defence of East Geelong performed today.
And selection as well. I believe we're bringing the broadcast to North Geelong's training session. We'll have Luke Parker, Cam. We're just going to keep an eye on how fit he's looking, because it'll be the fairy tale story for the North Geelong faithful if he adds to the 2013 premiership. But he's also selfless enough to know if he's not up for it, he'd probably be one to give his spot to another one. Desnoy's another discussion. And as for East Geelong, well, I know you two are all over their lineups there, but how good is this for our competition? We're gonna, no matter what happens this final series, we have 4 separate senior premiership sides in the space of 4 years. A lot of competitions have the same team on top for a long tenure, but this has just become such an even competition. And the last Alex Tagani stat to put on you guys, Harmy Williams can smile because he remains the only player this century to win the Premiership and Whitley Medal double in the same year. So obviously Jack Yates was trying. The last before Harmy in 07 was Jason Festuca in 99.
There you go. There's a bit of
You're
nostalgia
all
for you.
I
He is
really
all
need,
over it. He is
Dale, I
absolutely
really
all
need
over
a
it.
new hobby, I tell you what. That's it.
Your thoughts on the game this afternoon?
So I think I'd like to break the game down in 2 parts that East Geelong did really well. Obviously, their transition from back from D50 and into their forward line. They took on the corridor a lot more today. It looks like they tried to be a lot more braver. Obviously, the conditions suited them to be a bit braver with the football. Last week, we saw the ball keep going out of bounds. It was obviously a lot more windy. But no, I really liked their game today. I thought, they played in a professional way and that they weren't afraid to take on those kicks. I think early on in the game, the biggest thing I want to say about Zach Smith is Grubby said he wants to see him break out and kick 6 goals. He said that to us, might have been half-time, might have been about halfway through the third. And he did. He broke out and kicked 6 goals, so we have to give him credit where credit's due. I think the biggest difference today was Beardsall, Crombie, and even Lowndes, when they were looking for Zach Smith, they weren't kicking it on his head, they were kicking it out in front of him. They were kicking it low, they were kicking it hard, and he was taking those marks. So, we know that he's really good at protecting the ball drop and protecting the space using his body. The conditions suited it today because it was easier to kick inside forward 50. They were making those low kicks, which when they come off look really good, and that's why he had 3 or 4, maybe even 5, that hit the ground before, and it wasn't as good. For him, obviously, to take. But no, he did really well, and he could have kicked a few more. And I think he's gonna be fit and firing, ready to go for next week. We're gonna go through some votes as well. Oh, and obviously we can't not mention Ned Alsbrook. I think that's the best game I've seen him play. He had a defensive forward role at the start on Caleb Basley, which he played down to a T. Every single contest, even if he didn't win the ball at the start, he'd keep going again. He'd tackle, he'd tap the ball. He did really well, so a lot of credit to Ned Alsbrook and the back 6 as well. The back 6 being Vissenton, Austin Mulville, Jaden Fanning, Patrick O'Brien, Henderson, and Monahan went down there as well. They all did really well, and even if they're not going to get the credit, and Tim Lee as well, they all did really well and held their opponents stead, and knew when to push up, knew when to hold off.
Righto.
Votes.
Yes.
You guys did the vote. I believe Grubby's already put his forward. Did he mention? Or?
No, he mentioned.
I asked him as I came in, who are your votes? Because I need to read his out. And he said, I've already done them.
he told us that McIntyre was his best player.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, I'm a Johnny McIntyre fan, as you know, but I didn't put him in the votes today. I gave one vote to Jacob Sobey. I thought while Merrick was a very good player for the Belpo Steel side, I thought his tap work and his work around the ground today, and even at ground level at different times, was second to none. I gave 2 votes to Zach Smith, got 6, probably should have got a lot more. As I said, if the delivery into him had been a little bit better, and he said he kicked 6 goals, 3 for the afternoon, and his confidence will lift from that. And I thought Benny Crombie being back around the ball today made a hell of a difference to the way they functioned through the middle of the ground. And I think, along with, as I said, a few other players and a defensive 6, I'm not going to go away from that either. I think East Geelong's defensive 6, I could actually have given the group a vote rather than individually. So
what's the old thing? Team effort in the newspaper.
Yeah, that'll probably go in there. The old
back 6
under 13,
team effort.
Team effort. But I gave Benny Crombie my 3 votes.
Beautiful. Arch, and then I'll improvise.
I was going to give, but then we'll have a draw, so I'm going to have to change it.
You give yours, and I'll give the deciding vote.
Okay, no worries. So
You're right.
mate, I'll go Ned Alsbrook, 1 vote. I thought just the fact we've highlighted it a few times this year, and it's well established that he wasn't playing his best football. and being the coach. But I thought today he led from the front. I thought he was the one that when you had to go, you had to go. He played on one of the best players in the comp, being Caleb Basley, and shut him down completely. Took him out of the game. They even put him in the middle in the last quarter, try and get some run going, try to get some transition ball movement. And he was right next to him. He just ran straight next to him and said, mate, I'm going with you the whole time. And he kicked a goal himself. I mean, I thought it was unreal. I thought his disposal was really good as well. So he gets a vote for me. 2 votes, McIntyre. I thought the impact around the ground, I thought he was clean. I think at ground level, I thought he worked harder than his opponents, defensive and attacking, running. Thought overhead he was unreal. I thought his foot skills are great, and I think he's an on-field team leader as well. So he gets 2 votes for me. And then 3 votes, undoubtedly, to Zach Smith. Zach Smith, because we put the microscope on him and he delivered. Like last week, didn't have his best game. He missed 4 goals. That you never know if it went the other way. But no, this week he had his kicker boots on. He could have kicked a few more. And just what you said, Smithy, about the delivery we got to remember the GDFL footballers. You're not going to get that's going to happen when they're trying to deliver it really low and flat. So yeah, he could have kicked a couple more, but I thought the delivery to him was perfect. So yeah, I'll give him 3 votes.
I'll just go through the votes very quickly. I'm going to give the one to McIntyre. I just thought what he was able to do throughout the game was sensational. Given a 2 to Olselbrook as well. Now, Crombie knows he's one of my favourites, and I think there's more to come with him. So I'm actually substituting him for my votes today, and my 3 are going to go with Zach Smith based on how much he was able to turn himself around from his inaccuracy 7 days ago to what he provided, not only for the East Geelong fans, but for everyone that enjoyed their football. Right before I do the sponsors, I do just want to commend once more the Belpost Hill Football Club. The 21 games they've performed today were excellent. I also want to add on the last 6 games of last year. Obviously, Dale, you covered the penultimate round when they played Winchelsea at the end of last year. And even without Basley, Whitney, Costello and all those blokes, they put on a performance against Winchelsea that gave us all an indication that they're ready to go in season 2025. And that's why I had both Belpost Hill and North Geelong in my top 4 in the pre-season. Well, I didn't think North Geelong would make the grand final, but it was no surprise to me that Belpost Hill made it this far, the final 3. Now, it's not for me to announce who's retiring out of that group of Belpost Hill players, but if this is the last broadcast before that news does come out, I want to congratulate the said players that do retire in the next couple of days. What they've done in this dynasty that started back in 2008 when they played that first of 10 straight grand finals is sensational. Again, I'm not naming who's doing what, but Caleb Basley, 6-time premiership player, sensational. Dylan Whitney, we talk about his premierships. Not a lot of people realise he's won a club best and fairest at 3 different clubs. Belpost Hill, Belmont Lions and Great Western. Not a lot of footballers can look back on their career and say they've done that. Costello, of course, you guys did a brilliant job calling his 500th goal. Bo McNamara will look back on the last 25 years of this century, and he was one of the best defenders. Might even make the final back 6 of our greatest 22. And, of course, Tim Barton. Well, as I said to you during the week, Dale, he could probably be in a coffin, but if it's grand final week, he'll break through, dig through the dirt, put some tape on, and probably get another best on ground medal. So I'm not going to say what's happening with any of those guys, but I want to take this opportunity as a bloke that loved watching Belpost Hill to commend what they've put into this league. We hope to see all 5 again, but well done to them. And as for the sponsors, we're going to list through all of them, both in the pre-game and the post-game of our grand final coverage, but I want to finish off my spiel with 2 very special mentions. The first is A&K Tucker Excavations. They jumped on board as our inaugural E-grade sponsor. You'll see their cars around. Sensational. To the Tuckers, thank you so much for supporting our league. And to Michael Tonks from Buckley's, he donated $1,000 to one of the competitions we had, which was won by Inverleigh. And the Inverleigh Hawks are putting that towards their junior netball program and a charity of their choice, which is very topical after what's happened in their community the last 3 weeks. So I commend that club. I commend all of our sponsors. And lastly, I commend you guys because you guys represent the best media team in country Victoria. In fact, in all of local footy in Australia. So, and it's all thanks to Dale. If we didn't have him, we'd be back in the bottom 4. But all the best, guys, for your grand final coverage. You've made us all proud so far this season.
So to everyone out there this afternoon that's been listening or viewing, we thank you for Tyler and Brad for their work they do continuously to get us up and running. And as I said, it's been very, very smooth for the majority of the season this year. So that is tremendous work by the boys. So until next week, we hope you can come back and listen to us for that final call of the season, the grand final between North Geelong and East Geelong. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.